time to get things started.
On the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Keelerational, this is what we call the Keeler Show.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Wow, what a victory. What did I tell you guys? Manion was going to be tough. Right? I told you.
It was going to be a tough nut to crack.
I told you. I tried to tell you, and you're like, no. She's the greatest candidate ever.
I did not say that.
Manion's terrible. He hasn't won the World Series since '86. Good morning.
Good morning. I thoroughly enjoyed our text message the chain there, you, Nagel, and I.
Yeah.
Nagel and I were especially humbled early. And, the depressing part of it was we were out to dinner, my fiance and my future in-laws, we were out to dinner. And I was getting the text from Nagel that said, well, my night started off good. And then I looked at the score, and it was 3-0 or 3-1. And then I was texting Smitty my thoughts on Garrett Cole, the loser, who's just absolutely terrible. His first two starts of the year after
can I just tell you, though, it
awful.
doesn't help when the ball's going underneath the first baseman. Or I wasn't watching the game. I was at Herkimer Diamonds last night, so I didn't get a chance to watch the game until it was like 8-0, and the Yankees started coming back, or whatever the score was, 9-2.
Yeah, but I know he enjoyed thoroughly my comment directed to Richard that who's stupid now, because you're only as good as the last game you played, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh,
you
okay.
can
That's true.
have a really good record, but when you notice patterns as a Yankees fan, like stupid decisions by Aaron Boone, like to put Gleyber Torres in the cleanup spot, or to put J.D. Davis in the game when this young kid Ben Rice is up from the farm club and showing promise.
The game took a turn.
How about that guy that hasn't played and put him as a DH?
The game took a turn for you guys. Yankees, by the way, Mets beat the Yankees last night 9-7.
Yeah.
So
Judge almost came back with a grand slam, which was nice. But.
He did have a grand slam, and you knew it was coming. I totally knew it was coming, and for me, I'm sitting there saying, "Oh my God, we're going to blow this game and have to try to win it." In the bottom
if you
of the
hadn't
ninth.
scored 9 runs, you might have.
Anyway, but it just shows you when you throw these. Both teams have vulnerable pitching staffs, and the Mets with Diaz out, it is very tricky, right? But I think the game was managed very, very well, and
on Mendoza's part,
totally, as he made a move quickly and cleared things up, and the Mets win the game. But so I just still say, this is a team that has won. Is it 15 out of their last 19 games?
They're one game away from 500. They're third place now.
The New York Mets have, at the very least, become relevant again, and
the best record in June
so far the best record in June. And I'm just saying. Now, where does this all go? I'm knowing the way things go for the New York Mets. Chances are it all ends sometime before the All-Star break.
And the good thing
for
is,
now, things are feeling pretty good.
And the good thing is, the the Guardians are helping the Yankees by beating the Orioles, because they lost 2 in a row. If they would have won, they would have been up tied with the Yankees.
I got to tell you one thing to keep an eye on. I'm getting away from baseball. Although the Mets and the Yankees tonight, and that game is on what? It's only streamed, right?
It's on Prime tonight.
Prime.
The Yankees games on Wednesdays are on Prime.
I want to ask a question about Prime. Why do I pay $100 and something a year to have Prime, and then I go to watch a movie on Prime and I gotta rent it for $3? I don't understand that.
Yeah, I mean, some movies
things
are
are free, yeah.
but it should be everything. It should be, it should be like Apple Music, right? You pay, what is it, like $10 and some change now?
A month, and you get everything.
Every song you want.
Yeah. Mike this morning, wow, the Manion vote shows, and this is really true, it shows the power of Onondaga County, the power Onondaga County has for this seat now. Clee Hood dominated in Oneida County and some of the smaller counties, but was swamped in Onondaga, which ended in this result. Manion wins by basically 2-1.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is I do feel, and correct me if I'm wrong, with the exception of, Syracuse, I think Onondaga County is somewhat similar to Oneida County in that it's a relatively moderate district, and just based on our interviews with the two candidates.
It is until you get to Syracuse. That's
right,
the problem.
Yeah.
And Syracuse has a big population. So if Syracuse comes out in the general, it'll be very difficult for Brandon Williams to beat Manion.
Right. As far as the primary goes, I feel like, and this is just my opinion, based on the interviews that we had with both Manion and Sarah Clee Hood, he seemed or came across as more of the moderate candidate. Just my observation.
Manion?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Manion has, he's already served. He's a former school teacher.
Senator, yeah.
So it certainly has better name recognition. I do think there's still, I still believe a man in a political race has an advantage over a woman. There, I said it.
You very well may be right.
Today, Ryan Schmelz will be on in a little while. We'll speak with him. I'm sure he'll want to gloat about the New York Mets as a Baltimore Orioles fan.
Yeah, you're gonna bring him into that, huh?
In studio today, you're going to get a chance to hear the winner of our national anthem contest for Boilermaker 2024. And at the post-race party,
which is coming up, wow.
Cameron Stewart will sing the national anthem at the post-race party, and you'll get a chance to hear him sing it here in studio this morning. Pretty excited about that. We'll do the Read Rundown. Ryan Nobles is on later on this morning. We have a bunch of other stuff to get into. Joe Malachi's in today. I believe it's the 50th anniversary.
It is.
Of the World Series of Botch.
It's crazy.
In Rome. Coming up, and we'll be able to speak on that. How about the bus being stolen? Of all things to steal, do you think anybody will notice if I steal a bus? No, I think you can get away with it.
Not until about 8:30 that morning.
Yeah,
7 hours later.
I think you'll be fine. Listen, if they pull you over, just tell them this is my bus. I don't know what you're talking about, which is exactly what this guy did.
Yeah, so basically,
this I don't know anything about this guy. All we know is he has no known address, I believe. So chances are he's
likely maybe homeless.
He needed a bus probably to
spend
put the boatloads of money that he's getting standing
right.
out in front of Hotel Utica at the intersection there.
The interesting thing about this was
don't make contact. Don't just look the other way. Don't make contact.
I know that's the worst. I always get stuck right in front of them. So I'll, pretend to be on my phone, even though we got the age of hands-free. So this situation occurred where
I pretend to be blind.
What's he doing behind? Yeah, he needs it more than me.
New technology. I'm able to drive.
So the Durham School Services staff was taking an inventory or a count of their buses at around 8:15 in the morning when they realized one was gone. So luckily with the technology in these buses today, they were able to GPS triangulate the location to East Avenue and Eagle Street and Park Avenue. That's where the bus was located. When they went to go recover the bus, that's when the gentleman came out with the tablet that belonged with the bus and the bus itself, and he said, "This is my bus. No one's taking it from me.
This is my bus. This is my bus. This is my bus."
So the police detained him, reviewed the security cam footage.
Meanwhile,
realized that
not only is it giant in yellow, but it has Durham on the side. What are we? Clearly, we should be sensitive because I'm sure there's got to be some mental illness going on here. Yeah.
So police detained him and reviewed security footage, but apparently it was about 1 a.m. that he broke in to the garage or was able to obtain the keys to the bus and steal it.
And is that how he did it? allegedly, or were there keys in the bus?
It's very possible.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
the keys were just left in there. But I think the Durham Bus Garage is on Broad Street. So I mean, he didn't drive
it's right
it too
over there.
far, but
You can see it as you. I think it's over there, very similar to where Bernie Bus is over in that area.
yeah.
A lot of comments this morning. My wife, make sure you pick up my lemon tree today. Oh, it's the last day of school, and she brings her lemon tree in for the kids. We have this little lemon, this mini lemon tree, and it actually produces lemons.
Is she like immensely excited that today is the last day of school?
She just, it's very funny because she told me yesterday, I'm very torn. I love the fact that it is, keep in mind, she loves the fact that it's summer, but we're going to be traveling back and forth to Buffalo all summer long.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. And she's very, this is a direct quote. I'm really glad it's over. I'm very tired after this year, but I love these students. And I think a lot of teachers go through that where they have a class and, they're with these kids more than parents are with the kids sometimes.
Yeah.
Until summertime.
Yeah, right.
So she just has a really good class and will miss those kids, but I'm sure she will be quite happy not getting up in the morning.
Yeah, that's the ultimate coin flip, right? And I've talked to a lot of teachers, and some say, oh my gosh, I loved my class. This is the best class ever. And then I talked to some teachers that are like, they were awful. Little terrors.
Well,
I hate them. No, not hate.
I'm not saying that. She loves her class. So, Mike says, did the police ask him if his last name was Durham? Is your name Durham?
Yes.
No, my last name is Bus. That's my first name.
My first name, school, last name, Bus.
What the hell? I think the guy who stole the bus is a genius. He knows New York State is converting to electric buses, so they're not going to need it anymore.
You could really make that a nice little pad, a nice little dig.
Prime has a secret algorithm. Actually, his comment at the end was, he knows New York State is converting to electric buses, so the other buses will be worthless. He just made his claim a bit early. And did police ask him if his last name was Durham? Yeah, that's good. Oh, and Prime has a secret algorithm that offers you everything you don't want for free, and everything you want has a charge attached. I do believe that's the case. Although I watched a really slow Linda Ronstadt documentary the other night. She's still alive, but she has Parkinson's and cannot sing anymore.
Yeah, it's
she was something special. Linda Ronstadt might actually, she was filling arenas. She was filling arenas back in the 70s.
I believe it.
I mean, she was enormous, and Davey loved her. Davey thinks she is beautiful, don't you? You got a little something for Linda Ronstadt.
I like some of her hits.
Yeah.
I just bought a vinyl album of hers.
Yeah.
I found
No
it over
good,
in Oneida.
baby.
She did a lot of the you found it at the Chic,
At the Chic there. Yep.
whatever that place
Eclectic
is.
Cheek.
Yep.
Or
We went
Eclectic
there.
Chick.
We went there the other day for the first time, and it's really large. I went to one in Denver when we were out visiting my son that was just like that, but I am telling you, 10 times the size.
Wow.
It must have been an old factory or something, because it was just, you'd get lost in there. We'd have to call each other to hook back up after we started walking around.
Where are you?
But I also found, Davey, that I looked through a bunch of records over there, and people right now are in the mood where they're figuring things out. They know when they have something valuable, and all of a sudden, they're asking $35 for a record. It's okay if the record is worth $500, but those aren't. The Linda Ronstadt stuff might be worth something, though.
Yeah, I bought that, and I bought an Elvis.
Oh. Which Elvis record did you get?
The movies.
Okay. Oh, so it's a compilation.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Everybody knows I like Elvis.
I like you
we
too,
do know that.
Davey.
Yeah, and he does. He thinks the world of you. he's still alive, living in Rome. If you haven't seen the Haw Tua, do I say that?
Oh, the Haw Tua Girl.
The Haw Tua Girl.
I had not heard about this story until over the weekend, and then once it came up at the dinner conversation, the table, now I've seen everything about it.
Well, it's all over social media, and the Haw Tua Girl.
So do you know the context behind this?
If you could. It's Nashville, right?
I don't know where it happened, but there was one of those street, man on the street interviews, and they went up to this girl, and they asked her, what is the one thing that you do to a man that makes him go crazy in the bedroom? Okay. And she said, you've got to give it that Haw Tua, spit on that thing.
Okay.
So just the way she said it with her drawl and everything, like that.
Yeah.
First of all, it's a little disgusting, but it is taking the world by storm.
It is a bit R-rated. She's describing her move. The team,
her move,
term, if you will, has blown up so much. She's now selling merch like a signed Haw Tua hat.
So has she revealed herself? Because
the hats are selling for $44.
As early as Friday when I had found out about this.
It's really quick. You want to hear it?
Yeah, she kept her identity secret.
I mean, she did. Well, I think that's out now.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that Haw Tua.
I'm just leaving it at that.
So one of my favorite memes, and Davey, you'll appreciate this. They had a picture of A.J. Hawk holding his Hawk jersey, former Packer, and then Tua Tagovailoa on the right side, so Haw Tua.
That's good.
Is this a good idea? Two women looking for a new boyfriend grabbed a bunch of luggage tags at an airport, wrote their phone numbers on them, along with their name and the phrase, call me if you're single, and they started handing them out. This is stuff guys would do at spring break. What has happened? All of a sudden, women are very forward.
Well, did they write 867-530-99?
Maybe they did.
No, they wrote the M&T Bank.
Maybe they did.
The M&T Bank weather line. I think what it is people are getting sick and tired of the online dating scene.
Says the guy who's scheduled to be married.
Well, yes, I've heard from people that the online dating.
I met a couple just recently that got married, and they met on an online dating, and they're married, and they've been married for like 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that there's not examples of success.
Okay,
but
it's not en vogue anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
And I would like to meet a girl on a deserted island.
Okay. All right. So you not to be able to, no one can get to you, you can't get to them.
Right.
You drink water out of a boot.
And kill a shark.
And that's what you
And
do.
then eat octopus.
Okay, that's a really weird dream, man.
He wants to be with the Haw Tua Girl on desert.
Apparently. The primaries, as we said yesterday, were held yesterday. The Democratic primary, Manion winning big, is not the only primary out there, of course. There was a lone Republican primary. I thought this was kind of interesting. Claudia Tenney was primaried in the 24th Congressional District and primaried by somebody, I think, that ran against her before. And she basically beat him down. I think that was kind of 2-1 as well. So she had a big victory. And I do not know if she even has a Democratic opponent. I don't know. She does?
Yes, she does. The guy is from Waterloo.
Oh, okay. But they're all, her district is on the other side of Syracuse now. Yeah.
So there was another race. I think it was the Deerfield Town Council race.
All right, there might have been some smaller races.
And that was, there really wasn't many.
There was not a lot. In fact, I had, in my district, there was nothing to vote on at all. But there was, if you were a Democrat, you were voting for this congressional race. They're saying today this hump day is a special day. I don't know what makes this day so special. Are we halfway through the year? Is that what it is? I think we might even be
that
further
the
than
case?
that. I don't have any idea. Somebody's bringing that up this morning. Guinness record in Northern Ireland. A man set a new record by assembling a Mr. Potato Head toy in just 5.15 seconds. Said the man with too much time on his hands. I have too much time on my hands. And there's just a lot of garbage in here today. And I'm just going to tell you something. I'm going to be off today. I just feel like I'm off. I got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of things going on anyway. And then I have just been working and traveling way too much this week. So I will enjoy the 4th of July holiday as it comes up. Pretty sure I will.
Yes.
Herkimer Diamonds, again, I will say it, and
They were on yesterday?
We'll wrap it up on Thursday. They were all over the TV yesterday. You know, here's my problem yesterday. We were on from 1 a.m. So remember, this means I'm traveling out there, then traveling back.
Yeah, to Middleville, right?
Yeah. And I usually there about an hour before to get everything, make sure we're all good and ready to go. But this is national, worldwide on the Home Shopping Network. So I was there for a 1 o'clock show, for a noon show yesterday.
Oh.
No, a 1 o'clock show yesterday, and then an 8 o'clock show last night. And it's just amazing to watch these people.
So you did 1 a.m., noon, and 8?
Yeah, and
oh my gosh.
and the show. And I also went out drinking. So I don't know
for you.
I just don't know how I fit it all in. Anyway, but I didn't feel it so much last night, but I did when I woke up this morning. I'm like, what am I doing? And then that little thing goes through your mind, like, if I called Andrew and said I'm not feeling well,
we would take care of it.
I could say I started taking this medicine that's going to really have side effects. I could say that, but I didn't because it didn't arrive yet. So
I know, I've been kept in tune with your plans, so I would have known you.
I am
really?
like I was just like, screw it, I'm coming in. So here we go. Coming up, Ryan Schmelz. We'll get to that in a second. Let me break though. And it is a Wednesday morning. We'll also do Hobica's free money question of the day this morning. And Davey is all excited today because today's jackpot is worth how much money today, Davey?
$100.
He's so excited.
You have no consistency at all. Why don't you do 200 again?
Okay.
All right. Okay. Easy peasy. Got a break at WIBX.
Congress is poised to pass a bill to keep AM radio in cars, but time is running out. 82 million Americans risk losing the news, sports, talk, traffic, and vital emergency information they rely on. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress to pass this bill now.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Looking for the perfect ride this summer for family road trips? Then stop on in to Steed Pawnee Chevy in Herkimer. With these unbeatable deals and the buying experience you deserve, you can drive the 2024 Malibu RS with remote start and driver safety package with finance rates as low as 1.9%. Or you can lease the new Chevy Blazer EV, all-wheel drive LT with a panoramic sunroof. Lease it for just $436 per month for 24 months with 10,000 miles per year. Customers must qualify with top-tier credit through GM Financial. Offers are available on select models only. Lease offers require a current eligible non-GM lease in the household. See salesperson for details. All taxes, fees, and the first payment are due on delivery. Visit Steed Pawnee Chevy on Route 28 in Herkimer or online anytime at SteedPawneeChevy.com. Hurry, these offers end June 30th, 2024. Together, let's drive with Steed Pawnee Chevrolet. Stop in and see why it's always easy to do business at Steed Pawnee Chevrolet.
Each store independently owned and operated and not part of a chain or cooperative buying group.
Summer starts here at Seneca Wine and Liquor in New Hartford and Valley Wine and Liquor in Herkimer. We're featuring some wonderful summertime wines and canned cocktails to cool you down this season. Check out 19 Crimes Martha's Chardonnay, regularly $12.99, now just $7.99 while supplies last. Faro 13 Link Brut Rosé was $13.99, and we're blowing it out for $4.99. Yes, just $4.99. We love Made in New York Talkhouse canned cocktail 4-packs. Compare at $12.99, now just $10.99. And try our hand-picked Fratelli Prosecco, regularly $12.99, now just $9.99. And everyone's favorite Matua Sauvignon Blanc was $12.99 and now is just $10.99. Plus, mix and match wine cases are 20% off now through July 7th, 2024. Let your summer start at Seneca Wine and Liquor in New Hartford and Valley Wine and Liquor in Herkimer.
Mattress Express has the largest selection of purple mattresses in upstate New York, 9 different purples. And right now, for the 4th of July blowout, save up to $400 on select purple mattresses. Go to mattressexpressny.com for locations.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Okay, Wednesday morning. What is the octopus thing? That's another one. I'm just saying.
No, I think
This is the stinking. I'm going to tell you something. Oh, Davey said that. This is that's a good point. I'm going to eat an octopus.
Yeah.
Why that?
Desert
Davey?
island.
Why that?
Because I had a dream the other night that I was stranded on a deserted island. There was just me and an attractive girl, and we had to live for like 7 days. And the first meal I ate was a shark, and then I went swimming, and I ended up eating an octopus. Then we got rescued.
Are you on meds too?
Huh?
He's just like you. He's on meds too. Makes some real messed up dreams. Holy moly.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay, Davey. You just share what you share. I mean, I appreciate it.
Well, last night I had a bizarre dream too that I was on the roller coaster and I fell off.
Well, that's what happens when the Mets beat the Yankees.
Yeah, we fell off big time.
Listen, anything could happen tonight. Although I got to tell you, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if the Mets win again tonight.
And again, with the caveat that I, am an
Or,
optimist.
by the way, I wouldn't be surprised if the Yankees came out and won 16-4.
Yeah.
So
I don't think that's
could
going to happen. With the caveat that I am typically an optimistic person with everything but my teams, whether that be Green Bay or the New York Yankees or whatever. I have not a lot of confidence in this team right now. They are struggling terribly at their position players.
Yawn.
Yeah, well.
A man in New Orleans was arrested. Here's finally a clip that I want to play. Finally, a clip this morning that is worth playing.
Okay, let's
hear it. A man in New Orleans was arrested for impersonating a cop. How did he get arrested? You'll have each have a guess. Let's see who wins, starting with Davey. He was arrested impersonating a cop. How did they catch him?
He showed up at the police office.
The police station?
Yeah.
No. I mean, no. Andrew, how did they catch him? How did they get the guy?
There were street lights, or he used like a flashlight to pull somebody over.
Wrong. A man in New Orleans was arrested for impersonating a cop after he inadvertently pulled over an actual cop. Here is Chief Rick Rowe laying out his theory on why would somebody do that?
Sometimes it's people who fantasize with being in law enforcement, or parents may have been in law enforcement, or family members may have been in law enforcement, and they just never made the cut.
Okay, so he's thinking that maybe it's a situation where this is a person who wants to be a police officer.
It happens a lot like that.
I never fantasized pulling somebody over. I just never had that. I guess I'm too traumatized by being pulled over. I really, it's not like something that I would think about doing to somebody else, I guess. Today is Wednesday, June 26th, the final Wednesday of the month, right? Yeah. And it's a very big Wednesday when it comes to the Supreme Court. We're expecting some really, really big opinions out there. And let me go to Ryan Schmelz, who's on from Fox News Radio right now. Ryan, good morning. Ryan quickly became a Mets fan last night. Good morning.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I did. What did I do this time?
I just said he became a Mets fan last night. Go Mets. Beat those Yankees.
I've always been a Mets fan because I have this theory, which is, the people who are Mets fans are people who chose not to be Yankees fans.
That is true.
And resisted the temptation to join a winning franchise with a ton of money instead to choose a different one. So I've always respected Mets fans for that reason, and I've liked the Mets for that reason.
Well, there's such a long history of New York having baseball teams that were leaving town and they needed a team, and those that weren't Yankee fans needed a team, and they chose the Mets, and that's been horrible.
Yeah, they've had a life of misery, much like Orioles fans. Huh.
Well, no, exactly, and I think my point is that the Mets might not have the success the Yankees do, but I would not say that the Mets are a miserable franchise. I know a lot of Mets fans like to joke about that, but they're also a little being a little snobby about that because, the Mets have had some success. They make the playoffs consistently. They spend a lot of money. If you want to know what misery is like, you should try being an Orioles fan and not seeing a single winning season from, the first grade until you're in college.
Yeah, I know it's hard, and I'm also a Bills fan, so I can feel misery as well. So, but I guess every sports fan has their their moment where they're like, yeah, but you're lucky you aren't me. This is I was very optimistic about this season with the Mets, and then everything went horrible. It was a terrible May, so I don't know. We'll see where this takes us. Nonetheless, a good Orioles fan always enjoys seeing the Yankees lose. Supreme Court, big day. Is today the day, or are we surmising today is the day? I'm sorry, I'm talking about the Supreme Court.
Yeah, we are talking about the Supreme Court. Sorry. You say it one more time?
I said, is today the day they come out with the decisions, or are we surmising that they'll come out?
Well, we are expecting this to be a decision day. We just don't know which decisions are going to come out. There's a number of cases we're still waiting on. That includes the Trump immunity case. That's probably the big one. But then you also have an abortion-related case in Idaho that could have huge implications on what constitutes as a medical abortion. And also you could have another January 6th case related to obstruction that could have a domino effect on other January 6th cases and President Trump's legal standing.
So there is a lot out there. I just find it, and I'm wondering, I realize you're not, it's not about how you feel. You're really reporting the news. However, just as a citizen, I would find it almost impossible for the Supreme Court to come out and say, while a president is in office, a president can do whatever he or she wants, and he is immune from being prosecuted. I find that to be very difficult. But the fact that they're hearing the case in the first place is something to be taking note of, right?
Right. Yeah. And it depends on who you ask. I think there are still a number of people who expect the Supreme Court to rule against former President Trump just because, and you can base, off other court decisions. The appeals court and the other lower courts have ruled against the former president in a number of these cases. So, the legal standing is definitely a hard one that he's trying to prove. But of course, when you have Justice Clarence Thomas and Justice Sam Alito facing these ethics questions, related to, their stances and some of the actions that their spouses took, surrounding January 6th, that's going to raise some questions. And then also you factor in the fact that 3 of the other justices on the Supreme Court were appointed by former President Trump. The bias accusations are going to be there ultimately up until they make a ruling.
It's going to be very, very interesting. So we could see that case today, but others out there too that are very important as well. This does seem to be certainly not overturning Roe v. Wade, but these are really big and highly anticipated cases, no doubt.
Yeah, especially this case in Idaho when it comes to what constitutes as a medical abortion. So the legal challenge is that Idaho's law only allows for abortions if the woman's life is at risk. But the legal challenge is going to be, well, should there be exceptions if it's just a medical emergency for the woman and doesn't necessarily mean, that her life is going to be at risk if she doesn't have an abortion, but could have other major health implications there too. Can there be an exception for that? And, if the court rules in favor of those filing the suit, this could probably open the door for more exceptions for abortions, even in states that have very restrictive laws.
And I have to say this decision is very important politically. Again, I still believe that this abortion thing is a problem for Republicans, in that when you take the pulse of the entire nation, the majority of people, this is a statistic, it's a fact, the majority of the people feel that it just should be up to a woman, whether they agree with abortion or not. So it becomes that one issue that brings independents and Democrats out in a year that they should be pummeling Joe Biden, and they should be winning in Congress. So it's a biggie, and it could have some ripple effects.
No, it certainly does, and it's to the point where the same people that call Donald Trump the most pro-life president in American history are getting criticized by former President Trump behind closed doors, based off the reporting we have, where he was behind closed doors with a number of U.S. senators, and he even said that it's not my fault we lost last November. It's not Mitch McConnell's fault. It's because of extreme abortion laws that have forced Democrats and independents to go to the polls and vote against us. So this is definitely something that Republicans have a very diverse round of opinions on. There's some in Congress who support some type of national abortion ban, but then there's others who say absolutely not. We would never vote for any type of a national abortion. And so it's become a very contentious issue within the party.
And I saw a clip of Trump the other day, and I could not believe he said this. It was the most honest thing he ever said. And talking about abortion, he talked about what he would do and how he believes, but said, but you got to win first. And that is the most honest thing. And if he's saying that in public, he's saying it more aggressively behind closed doors. So, Ryan, as always, we appreciate it. Go Orioles. Have a wonderful day.
Hey, you guys too. Go Mets.
Thank you so much. Got a break. We have news coming up straight ahead, and then a bunch more to get to. Hobica's free money question of the day is happening, and maybe we'll do a sound off coming up next hour.
For years now, people have been switching their wireless service to Pure Talk to save money. I mean, $20 a month, you get unlimited talk and text and tons of data. It's a no-brainer. But in the last few weeks, Pure Talk has also reported a surge of new customers. They're signing up in order to support a charity that's near and dear to their hearts, America's Warrior Partnership, which, by the way, they're on the front lines of preventing veteran suicide by filling the basic needs of our vets. So many of my listeners have chosen to step away from the big carriers, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, and now you can help vets with their support of AWP. And by the way, this continues through the 4th of July weekend. So join us, switch your cell phone service to America's most dependable 5G network with Pure Talk. Do it before the 4th of July weekend, and you'll be helping support veterans in need all across the country. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword SAVE NOW, and you'll be connected to Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team. Pound 250, keyword SAVE NOW.
From the Stanley Theater Studios, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
A profane progressive loses, a controversial conservative wins. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. In New York, Congressman Jamal Bowman, who accused Israel of genocide in Gaza, primaried out by a pro-Israel centrist Democrat in the most expensive House primary race ever.
We should be outraged when a super PAC of dark money can spend $20 million to brainwash people into believing something that isn't true.
Bowman also apologized for using foul language at a weekend rally. He lost to George Latimer by 17 points. In Colorado, Congresswoman Lauren Boebert beat her challengers in a Republican primary as she switches districts.
God has given us a weapon, and that weapon is what gives us our strength. That weapon is called joy.
In Utah, Congressman John Curtis beat a Trump-backed challenger in the Republican race to replace retiring GOP Senator Mitt Romney. We'll get a Supreme Court ruling or two this morning, maybe more, One of the cases left to decide this term, the Trump appeal to the 2020 election-related federal case claiming he should be immune from prosecution for actions taken while president. Evan Gershkovich's trial started today in Russia, where the American journalist was put in a glass cage, his head shaven. Gershkovich is accused of being a spy. The U.S. denies that. Wall Street Journal assistant editor Paul Beckett tells the Fox News Rundown podcast.
Evan did nothing wrong. He's a fantastic reporter. He continues to be a fantastic reporter. He was out doing the job we asked him to do. The piece of this that is just such nonsense is the idea that it was in any way connected to espionage.
The next hearing, Gershkovich's case set for August 13th. Julian Assange back in his homeland. Cheered after landing in Australia after the WikiLeaks founder was set free by a judge in a U.S. court in the Northern Mariana Islands, American territory, accepting an Assange plea deal to an espionage charge. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
All right, who's there for heroes or their families left behind when a service member or a first responder dies or is catastrophically injured in the line of duty? Who helps our country's homeless vets? I'll tell you who. It's the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Never forget the sacrifices of our country's greatest heroes. They're hoping all of us will donate $11 a month. Just go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org, the letter T, number 2, letter T.org for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation.
It was a wheel bearing that caught fire that caused a freight train to go off the tracks in East Palestine, Ohio in February of last year, causing a toxic train derailment that still haunts residents who spoke out at a final Transportation Safety Board hearing.
Barbara Carr tells NTSB officials how toxic chemicals which spilled from the Norfolk Southern train derailment in East Palestine impacted her.
We lost our animals. We lost basically our family because I have both my parents with conditions.
The NTSB and its chair, Jennifer Homendy, say the railway did not need to burn off chemicals from derailed cars and delayed or failed to provide critical investigative information.
They've waited till now to move something, so we're going to advocate for including all our recommendations to prevent this from reoccurring. Let's go.
Calling for federal legislation on the agency's recommendations, which include improving detection of wheel-bearing failures. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
President Biden is trying to right what he thinks is a wrong, offering pardons to LGBTQ military service members who were forced out for violating a now repealed ban on openly gay military service. A setback in court in Oklahoma to the plan to open the nation's first publicly funded religious school.
The Oklahoma State Supreme Court ruled against plans for a religious public charter school, calling it unconstitutional. Previously, the statewide virtual charter school board approved an application from the Catholic Archdiocese of Oklahoma. The decision had the support of Republican Governor Kevin Stitt, but the state high court concluded Tuesday that charter schools are public and therefore must be non-sectarian. The Archdiocese of Oklahoma City and Diocese of Tulsa said in a statement they will consider all legal options in response to the ruling. Tom Graham, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed like yesterday when the Dow plunged almost 300 points with the Nasdaq gained 220. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time 7:05. I'm Andrew Derminio. Already warming up today. We're at 68 degrees under cloudy skies. Your full weather forecast in minutes. This update brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. The results are in, and Central New York voters have now decided the candidates who will appear on the ballot in November. State Senator John Manion has won the 22nd Congressional District primary over fellow Democrat Sarah Clee Hood. That means Manion is going to battle Republican incumbent Congressman Brandon Williams to see who represents a district that covers all of Onondaga and Madison counties and parts of Cayuga, Cortland, and Oneida counties. Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. A Utica man is now in some trouble with the law after stealing a school bus. Durham Bus employees noticed the vehicle was missing yesterday and used GPS to track it to the intersection of Eagle Street and Park Avenue. They were approached by 29-year-old Daniel Finley, who said the bus was his and no one would take it from him. Onboard footage shows Finley did take the bus at around 1 a.m. that morning and drove away with it. He's facing multiple charges. New York State is now launching a brand new platform aimed at helping recruit teachers. It's part of a partnership between the Department of Education and Teach. Prospective teachers can access free resources such as one-on-one and group advising, a search tool to help them find teaching programs and support to prepare them for teaching tests. For more information on the program, you can head to newyork.teach.org. Syracuse police are still trying to track down who pulled the trigger in a shooting that left a 43-year-old man dead. According to authorities, Sidney Comrie was hit by gunfire Monday night on West Calthrop Avenue. Comrie was found suffering from multiple gunshot wounds and was rushed to a nearby hospital where he passed away. Anyone who has information on the case is asked to come forward. And 75% of Americans plan to take a road trip this summer. Wallet Hub ranked the best states for summer road trips. Texas, Minnesota, New York, Louisiana, and Florida round out the top 5 best states for a summer road trip. The worst states, Arkansas, Hawaii, which makes sense, California, New Jersey, and Washington. To make their destinations, Wallet Hub looked at everything from gas prices to scenic vistas to road conditions. According to AAA, 33% of Americans are planning to travel more than 250 miles from home this summer. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM News Time, 7:08. Your weather forecast is brought to you by Wheelock Disposal, local, reliable, affordable trash services.
Here's the latest from the WIBX Weather Center today. Mostly cloudy, a few breaks of sunshine, high 83. Showers tonight, low 60. Tomorrow, generally clear and mostly sunny with a high cooler, only 71. That's the latest. I'm Mike Johnson for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Right now, 68 and cloudy at 7:08. Sports brought to you by IBEW Nika 43 local contractors. Well, the Mets started the Subway Series with a 9-7 win over the Yankees at Citi Field. Daniel Nunez earned his first victory of the season after striking out 2 and allowing an unearned run over 2 2/3 inning of relief. Mark Vientos launched a pair of home runs while Harrison Bader and Brandon Nimmo also went deep. Garrett Cole was settled with the loss after allowing 6 runs, 4 of them homers. Well, actually 4 home runs to help with 6 runs on 7 hits over 4 frames. Juan Soto and Aaron Judge each went yard for the Bronx Bombers, who lead the AL East still at 52 and 29. The Mets are third in the NL East at 38 and 39, creeping their way back to 500. They'll wrap up the 2-game set tonight in Queens. Hopefully, they do not get to 500 tonight. One of baseball's biggest sluggers is warming up to the idea of joining a divisional rival. When asked about the possibility of joining the New York Yankees, Toronto Blue Jays first baseman Vladimir Guerrero Jr. said during a Monday interview he would be happy to help any team. He previously stated back in 2022 he would never sign with the Yankees, and in 2023 told the New York Post it was a, quote, personal thing that goes back with my family, end quote. The 25-year-old is hitting .286 with 10 home runs and 35 RBIs this season. New York is searching for a replacement at first base, with Anthony Rizzo expected to be out until August with a broken right forearm. I don't know why they're not just sticking with their young Ben Rice, who is from AAA, who does a pretty darn good job. But hey, what do I know? The NBA's future stars hope to hear their names get called tonight. Round 1 of the NBA draft tips off at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. A pair of France international prospects, and Zachary Riza-Shea and Alex Sarr, are expected to go first and second to the Hawks and Wizards. UConn center Donovan Clingan is slated to go third to the Rockets. Kentucky guard Reed Shepherd is predicted to go fourth to the Spurs. And G League Ignite forward Mattis Buzelis could go fifth to the Pistons. And finally, the Jacksonville Jaguars will have upgraded digs in the near future. They're not tearing down the old stadium to build a new one. Instead, the Jacksonville City Council approved a $1.4 billion renovation of Everbank Stadium with a 14-1 vote on Tuesday. The Jags and the city will each provide $625 million for the renovations, and the city will provide $150 million across the next 2 seasons to get the stadium ready for the renovations. The plan is for the stadium to be fixed up after the 2025 season concludes and be ready by the 2028 season.
So we have, are you done?
I'm good, yeah.
Oh, do you want to add more? Do you know who's playing the Mets tonight?
Who's that?
The Yankees.
Yes.
Should be a good game. I hear it's pretty competitive.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
You just be careful, because I wasn't talking too much
Listen
trash.
to me. What did I say earlier?
Yeah, you can say that all you want.
The Yankees could win 20-2 tonight.
You can say it all you want.
I'm just saying. Anything could happen. However, there is somebody in the other room who's been laughing off this game maybe the last couple of weeks.
Gosh darn it, Davey,
you've been laughing. You've been like, oh, the Mets.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
and
by the way, he still is.
Yeah.
Some comments. Are you ready? And I do not understand this. Richard in this morning with, I was in Syracuse yesterday, and gas was $3.17, $3.18, and $3.19. Most of them are on $3.22. Why is gas so expensive here? Most around here, $3.61 to $3.64. I'm telling you, you can pay here about the same price that you pay on the thruway. These are the prices that we pay here. I don't understand it. More than 40 cents more a gallon here. Richard says, would call that a monopoly. I wanted to read Richard's comment, too, from a couple of weeks ago. The Mets only are beating bad teams. All right, Richard. Interesting. And then here's one more. Just give me a moment to gloat. We had this story out of, I said it was Watertown. Turns out it was Ogdensburg. And it is, I guess, in Lowville. Rudy in Lowville said that shooting that you were talking about was up in Ogdensburg.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday.
We did. And Big Honey pipes in saying it sounds like they did a desk pop. What is that?
I don't know.
So you're sitting at the desk and somebody's gun goes off. Is that a desk pop? In Ogdensburg? I don't know. Big Honey, you'll have to explain. I don't know the lingo. I probably should, but I don't know the lingo. And a bunch more to get to. And maybe this morning I'd like to do a sound off. What this is whatever is on your stinking mind. Mm-hmm. You want to plug something. You want to yell about something. What would you yell about, Davey, today? What would be your thing?
I don't have nothing to yell about today.
You know what we're going to do for Davey for his birthday? We're going to put a bag over his head. We're going to tie him up. We're going to drive him off to some island. We're going to dump him, then take off. And
we're going to have a shark, an octopus, and an attractive woman.
Yeah. We're going to do that. All right?
My birthday's already passed, so you have to do it next year. And there
it'll be next year.
And there isn't any deserted islands around here.
No, what we're going to give you is a picture of an attractive woman. That's it.
Cardboard cutout.
That's all you get. No, there's an island up on Canandaigua Lake. Once you get in there, I mean, where are you going? You're going to be stuck on that island. There's no way off.
Okay.
So that might be your place. We'll get to all that coming up. And before you know it, it'll be the 50th anniversary of the World Series of Botch. And we're going to talk about that coming up at WIBX.
Are you ready to smell better naked? I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the OBGYN creator of Lumi, the whole body deodorant that's clinically proven to control odor for 72 hours on pits, feet, privates, and beyond. It's pH optimized to safely and effectively control odor anywhere you have it, but wish you didn't. Plus, it's proven to work better than a shower with soap alone. Whether you shower twice a day or 3 times a week, Lumi works better. And who doesn't want zero body odor? With over 200,000 5-star reviews, I'm so sure you're going to love it, or you can return it for free.
There's a special offer for listeners. Use code 500 and get 15% off your first purchase with code 500, like the Lumi Starter Pack, Acidified Body Wash, or new Lumi Plus Sweat Control. That's LumeDeodorant.com, code 500 for 15% off your first purchase. Love it or return it for free. That's LumeDeodorant.com, code 500 to save 15% today.
Your pet isn't just a pet,
They're part of your family. Most of the pet food on the market is cooked at high temperatures, which kills nutrients. A scoop of Dynovite is a 3-in-1 daily supplement, adding back key nutrients to your pup's health. Try Dynovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio. That's dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dynovite.
There's an issue cutting through the bipartisan bickering in Congress. It's AM radio. The overwhelming majority of legislators, Democrats and Republicans, support a bill to keep AM radio in cars. But time is running out. Text AM to 52886 and ask Congress to bring this bill to the floor for a vote now. AM radio is too important to let this moment pass us by.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Hello, Utica. This is Carrie Paleo, Executive Director of the Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce. I'm really excited to introduce more fantastic new businesses that have recently become a part of our thriving community. Here in Utica, we're not just growing, we are flourishing. Be sure to support our new businesses and our local economy.
Air City Cannabis, 17070 Riscany Street West, Utica. Renegade Boxing, 310 Broad Street, Utica. Gold Mine 2, 4662 Commercial Drive, New Hartford.
Please join the Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce in welcoming these new businesses. Here we grow again.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Hi, this is Shalene with Northland Trailers located on River Road in Marcy. At Northland, we offer a full line of utility, snowmobile,
because of COVID.
enclosed,
we've had
dump, and equipment trailers. We can also custom design a trailer to meet your specific needs. In addition to trailers, we have a full parts showroom, and we service what we sell. Our family business is proud to have been serving our community for over 4 decades. Northland Trailers is located right outside the city of Utica. So swing on down and let's talk towing.
Hi, I'm Cesar Milan. People are always commenting on how healthy my dogs are. One of the reasons is the food my dogs eat.
Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend is a premium freeze-dried raw dog food designed to support your dog's health, happiness, and lifespan. Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free bag of cod Krispies. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511.
Your order is back with a 90-day guarantee.
All dogs are unique. Your dog results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
What do you think Sarah Clee Hood is doing this morning?
Sleeping in.
No, she's probably out there taking names. She's gotten the names right now. This one didn't support me. This one didn't support me. This one didn't support me.
She's saving receipts.
I don't know. It is Joe Maachi is in studio from Rome. Joseph, good. Hold on, I got to get your mic up and make sure I can get to you. There we go. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
So you've done it before.
Yeah.
It is
very difficult.
You really put yourself out there.
Yes, you do. And, you think certain people are going to come out and support you, and when they don't, it's very hurtful. So
it is. You feel but the reality is you can't take it personally. You just got to be like, this is what it is.
You can't. And I think over time you come
you
to that realization. But in the short term,
you wake up that next morning, you're like,
you want to.
And here's the other part about politics that is the worst. Is you can knock on my door, I will look you in the eye and say, yep, we are supporting you.
Yes.
And then
not so much.
It doesn't happen.
It's the beauty of the privacy of the booth, right?
Yeah.
It really is. And I had an uncle once who, this was really awful, who was not a big voter. But I might as well just tell the story. So my grandfather was running for a town position, and we're like everybody. Your family, my parents were out getting everybody to get out because every vote counts, right? It's very, very important.
As we learned in some of the races yesterday.
So
especially in a small town too.
Yeah.
So it came down to one vote, and they had convinced my uncle to vote, and it turns out, now this is in the town of Columbia. My parents are probably like, "Do not tell this story." This is in a small township many years ago, and I just remember this because it was, I was probably 10, but I'm hearing everybody yell in the background. Everybody was upset, so it came down to one vote. My grandfather had won the town clerk position, and it turned out that my uncle came to vote at about 8:45. He was the last person to vote, so everybody was calling him saying, "Thank you so much. It was your vote that won that." Now, these are two people running.
Sure.
He knew both of them. So he was so angry that he felt that they exposed his vote, that he never voted again. That was it. Never trusted again. Yeah, he was very,
he didn't
very
vote
upset.
in anything ever again.
No. We even voted once to see if we should go to get beer. And he's like, "I'm not voting." But it does show you that this stuff can become so very personal, these races. And then you have a race like this that is on a district like the size of NY22. You can only imagine. But one of the scary things, if you're watching this race, one of the scary things is to see Oneida County in this Democratic primary, Clee Hood won really by a landslide. Overall, Manion wins by a landslide, and it all came out of Onondaga.
Yeah.
It shows you that we've really lost this seat by this redistricting, and it's going to make it tough for Brandon Williams. We'll see what happens. It is a presidential election.
Well, I will tell you, I'm glad that it's over because it seemed like every other commercial during the Yankee game was John Manion. It was driving me crazy.
I know.
Well, so
take a nice little breath. You'll have 2 months.
Nestor Cortez gives up a 3-run shot, and then we got to see the John Manion commercial again.
You will see. Right, he was all over the Yankees games.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
Not a single commercial in the Mets games.
Yeah, when I say every other, I'm not really exaggerating.
I think it was every time they went to break at one point.
Yeah. Well, listen, you're going to get a reprieve, and then it's going to come back in September, and it's going to be 10 times worse.
Yeah.
I really think it's going to be bad. Okay, here we are with the 50th anniversary.
This is awesome.
Of the World Series of Botch. Pretty awesome. Yeah. How long has the Tukulana Club been around?
Well, the Tukulana Club actually is going to have their 100th anniversary next year.
Okay,
so
wow.
1925, but in its current location, I think they moved there sometime in the 80s.
Okay, all right.
We'll be sharing that birthday. WIBX.
Are we in 25 or 26? I think it's December of 25 is our 100th anniversary. Yeah. Okay, so this year, though, is the 50th anniversary of the World Series of Botch.
Right.
Bocce. Botch, as it's called.
Yeah,
so
either one will do.
What's happening? Anything big going on this year? It's always enormous.
Yeah. So
it's a week. It's 2 weeks out.
It's July 18th to the 21st. Yeah. All right. So we are going to have our biggest field ever. So normally we'll have between 100, 110 teams in the open division and maybe 35 teams in the women's division. This year we're going to have 128 men's teams.
Wow.
And we are going to have right now it's still open for women to register. So right now, as of last night, I think we had 51 women's teams.
Okay,
that's
incredible.
It's going to be an enormous field.
Is this because of the anniversary, or is it just people? COVID is over, and
I'll
people
tell you
are.
What, no, I think it's because bocce as a sport. I know people might laugh at that bocce being a sport, but it is growing exponentially. And it's growing in big cities. It's growing in Chicago. It's growing in Detroit. It's growing in Cleveland. And so you're seeing all these teams come, they're becoming aware of the World Series. Last year, our first game, personally, that I played was against a team from Chicago, and they had never been there before, and they usually play on synthetic courts. We have the Stone Dust Hard Truth courts there, and they had a blast. And so they were like, we will be back, and we will be bringing more teams. Wow! And also, it's being televised more now. There's a bocce broadcast network. So if you wanted to see the World Series played last year, you could watch it on YouTube
really
on the
cool.
Bocce Broadcast Network.
BBN. I love it.
And there's another Bocce Brothers is another broadcasting. So you're starting to see it being broadcast, and so these events are drawing more people. And Rome is considered one of the 4 majors. So there's 4 major tournaments that occur during the year, and Rome is like the Masters.
That's really cool. What is it like in? Is it biggest in Italy? Where is the biggest place?
I would say so. That's where it's played the most, and that's where they hold the World Championships is in Italy. But you'll see it all over. You'll see it in Brazil. You'll see it in a lot of South American countries. You see it in France.
And Rome is one of the 4 biggest in the United States. That's really
it's considered a major, but I think we are the biggest. We are clearly the biggest, especially with this field now with 128 teams. It's
Have you ever had numbers like that?
No, and we capped it at 128 because that's the perfect bracket, right? So we don't have to have any buys or anything like that. So we're double the size of the March Madness, and that's just in our open division. That's not even counting the women, right? So we're really excited. I'm ready for a lot of a lack of sleep during those 4 days because I help run the board, the tournament board. So
you'll be playing,
and I'll be playing. Yeah. So it's challenging.
Is there an overall? How does it work in terms of? So there's a men's team winner and a women's team.
Yeah, there's an open division. So women could play in the open division if they wanted to, and then there's a women's division as well.
All right.
So
and how does Rome normally do? Teams from Rome.
We do okay.
Yeah.
Last year we had a team in the finals. They came up a little short, and interestingly enough, the team that won had a person from Rome on the team. So we're pretty well respected in the bocce world.
And it is quite. They must these people come from out of town. They must love the food.
Oh yeah. The food, the atmosphere. Yeah. It's a carnival atmosphere.
Yeah, because you do music, you got everything going on that week.
Absolutely. And then we've opened up the back of our club. It's located on 6 or 7 acres, and so we've got a lot of area that's green space. So we're going to have a camping area so people can bring their campers now. So it'll be even more of a carnival feel.
How many courts are there, and how many can you play at one games? Can you play
run
at once?
15 courts, and we can run games on those all at the same time. Yeah, so 30 teams at any given time can be playing.
All right.
So, for the 50th though, we wanted to do a lot of special things. So we've got some things planned, and in preparation, I did some research. I went to the library to get some archived Sentinel articles. I thought maybe the Sentinel would have them themselves, but surprisingly enough, they don't keep those articles. So they become digitized, and learned a lot about how it was created, how it was formed, the people that were behind it. And so we decided to honor those people.
Oh, that's cool.
So we're gonna name the courts after people that were integral to the creation. And then we've got some people that are still around. We have one guy who came from Cleveland, Ohio. He had read about the World Series in a December 1974 issue of the Sports Illustrated.
Wow!
And said, "Hey, we play bocce in our backyard. We can go up there and show those boys how it's played." So they came up in 1975 and found out very quickly that what they were playing on grass was being played up here, and they got dispatched pretty easily. But they were determined, and he went back to Cleveland, and they built some courts there, and they practiced, and he's been back for 49 years.
Wow, that's so cool.
And not only that, he spurred kind of a bocce revolution in Cleveland, and it was because of him coming back with this bocce experience that he germinated this idea in Cleveland, and now Cleveland bocce really owes its origins and its beginnings to the World Series of bocce.
So cool.
So we're going to honor him. Nice. There's a lady, Donna Ciatti, who is a 16-time women's division champion who was there from the beginning as well. We're going to honor her. There's Michael Jensen. We're also going to honor him because he was there at the club quite often with a number of younger players that are there now. So we're gonna do a ceremony for them as well, and then just focus on the history. We're going to put up a wall within the club. So by the time, if you come, we'd love to have you there.
So we like the broadcast from there, usually the Friday or Thursday before.
And we have a totally renovated bar, but we're going to have a wall dedicated to all 50 years of the series and all the winners in each year. And so, yeah, we've got some pretty special things planned.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, again, the dates are...
the 18th of July through the 21st of July.
Okay, it'll be huge in Rome.
Yes,
Love
can't
it.
wait. Can't wait.
Okay, just around the corner. This summer's already flying. I feel like before you know it.
And the weather really hasn't been that fantastic.
It hasn't. And when it is nice, it's hot.
Yes.
So, I love it. That me personally, bring it on.
All right, World Series of Botch coming soon to Rome. We'll be talking well before that.
Yeah, and let's set it up.
All right,
get you out to the new bar.
We will.
The new bar.
I love it. That's the only reason we really broadcast from there is because they have an open bar at 6 o'clock in the morning. So
right.
that is important. All right, got a break. Hold tight. Coming right back, we'll do Habaika's free money question of the day. Andrew with a quick update coming up next to WIBX.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Brunch at Babes is the only way to spend your weekend. Bottomless mimosas, Bloody Mary flights, classic breakfasts, and some new instant classics. Boozy brunch at Babes Saturday and Sundays from 9 to 2. Breakfast quesadillas, loaded avocado toast. Babes is open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner with boozy brunch every Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Visit us at babesutica.com.
Making my way straight to Babes.
Nobody wants to overpay for their next mattress. And at Mattress Express, not only do we give you up to 60 months to pay for anything in the store with no money down for qualified buyers, but you get our brand name low price guarantee. When you purchase a mattress at Mattress Express, if you see it advertised for less locally within 30 days of purchase, simply bring it to our attention and we refund the difference. That is peace of mind. Up to 60 months to pay with no money down for anything. Massage chairs, mattresses, adjustable bases. Simply spend $1,500 or more and qualify. And right now for our summer 4th of July blowout, get cash back prepaid Visa cards. Up to $300 on Tempur-Pedic sets, up to $200 on Stearns & Foster sets, and up to $100 on Sealy sets. Purple, save up to $400 on select Purple mattresses. Go to mattressexpressny.com for locations or call 1-800-NEW-BEDS, open 7 days a week.
The Utica Center for Development wants you to join the City of Utica's Independence Day Parade, sponsored by Mastrovito Hyundai. Register for the parade, have fun, build a float, or just walk and show community support on July 4th. To register for the parade or to be a vendor for the 4th of July party in the park, sign up today at ucdevelopment.org. The City of Utica parades are brought to you by the Utica Center for Development, Mastrovito Hyundai, Bank of Utica, and Save the Day Foundation.
Whitesboro Central School District is looking for bus drivers to join their team now. Whitesboro is a leading school system in central New York with 7 schools, 3,100 students, and a 92% graduation rate. You can help drive our students' success. When you drive for Whitesboro, you get pay that's based on your experience, great benefits, a flexible schedule, and summers off. Call Andy at 315-768-9740 or stop by the garage, 20 Wood Road, Whitesboro.
Adirondack Home Furniture is the area's go-to store for top-quality, durable, American-made pieces for any room. All month long, Adirondack Home Furniture is celebrating America with their Made in America sale. Stop in today and explore their extensive inventory and their many new arrivals for every room in your home. And don't forget, Adirondack Home Furniture has more than just rustic pieces. They carry a wide variety of modern, farmhouse style, and traditional. Are you looking for a better night's sleep? Then check out their selection of Restonic mattresses or Gold Bond flippable mattresses. mattresses. Once you select the perfect piece for your space, they can deliver it locally for free of charge, or you can pick it up yourself from the showroom. So stop in to Adirondack Home Furniture today and celebrate America with the Made in America sale going on now. Adirondack Home Furniture in Riverside Center, Utica. Give them a call at 315-738-7817 or visit AdirondackHomeFurniture.com.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 7:35. I'm Andrew Dermenio. Right now, 69 degrees under cloudy skies. Your full weather forecast is coming up. This update brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. The results are in, and Central New York voters have now decided the candidates who will appear on the ballot in November. The state Senator John Manion has won the 22nd Congressional District primary over fellow Democrat Sarah Clee Hood. That means Manion is going to battle Republican incumbent Congressman Brandon Williams to see who represents a district that covers all of Onondaga and Madison counties and parts of Cayuga, Cortland, and Oneida counties. Election day is Tuesday, November 5th. A Utica man is now in some trouble with the law after stealing a school bus. Durham Bus employees noticed the vehicle was missing yesterday and used GPS to track it to the intersection of Eagle Street and Park Avenue. They were approached by 29-year-old Daniel Finley, who said the bus was his and no one would take it from him. Onboard footage showed Finley did take the bus and drive away with it around 1 a.m. He's facing multiple charges. An open house is scheduled for tomorrow to discuss the ongoing Interstate 81 construction project. It is being hosted by the State Department of Transportation. Will focus on how work will impact people living in the Inner Harbor and North Side sections of Syracuse. However, it's important to note there won't be a formal presentation given. The open house is set to run from 6 to 8 p.m. at one group located on North Clinton Street. New York is launching a program to aimed at helping recruit teachers. It's part of a partnership between the Department of Education and Teach. Prospective teachers can access free resources such as one-on-one group advising, a search tool to help them find teaching programs, and support to prepare them for teaching tests. For more information on the program, head to newyork.teach.org. And the man known as the worst boyfriend in Manhattan is sentenced to 4 to 8 years in prison for stealing nearly $2 million from 5 women in romance scams. Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg says Nelson Kone pleaded guilty earlier this month to grand larceny and scheme to defraud. Bragg says the 71-year-old pretended to be a wealthy art dealer and investor when he preyed on older, rich women on online dating apps. Kone, who often went by fake names, convinced his victims to invest in phony investment opportunities as they fell in love with him.
Okay.
WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time coming up on 7:39. Your weather forecast is brought to you by Wheelock Disposal, local, reliable, affordable trash service.
Here's the latest from the WIBX Weather Center today. Mostly cloudy, a few breaks of sunshine, high 83. Showers tonight, low 60. Tomorrow, generally clear and mostly sunny, with a high cooler, only 71. That's the latest. I'm Mike Johnson for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
69 and cloudy now. It's 7:39.
All right, let's do Habaika's free money question of the day. V, what number caller are you looking at here today?
Caller 10.
10th caller. And what did we say? We said how
$200.
much? $200.
I said 100 first, but you said 2.
$200.
$200.
And then that means the way we do Laundra Lottery is it's half that amount. You could play and who knows, maybe win there. So, all right, 10th caller through the lines right now. 315-736-0186. Your chance to win right now at WIBX.
Hey, Jen. OMG, look how busy it is in here. How'd you get all these customers?
Yeah, this month has been a record breaker for us. For a long time, we had decent business coming in from word of mouth, but we weren't growing. Lately, though, a lot of new folks have been finding us online, and that's made all the difference.
That's terrific. I wish I could figure out how to do that for my shop, but I have no idea where to start.
Just do what I did. It's not as hard as you'd think. Go to mylocalcustomers.com to see exactly how many searches there are for businesses like yours.
Okay. Okay, then what?
If you see that there are a good number of clients searching in our area, you'll also get some suggestions for the best way to get their attention.
Do you think there are a lot of people searching for my business?
There's only one way to find out. Go to mylocalcustomers.com. It's quick, easy, and free.
Go to mylocalcustomers.com for a free local customer analysis that will show you how many customers are searching online for your type of business. It's quick, easy, and free. Visit mylocalcustomers.com. That's mylocalcustomers.com.
Hi, this is Scott Hayes.
And this is Jill Hayes from New York Sash.
Right now, when you buy 2 windows, you get 1 free.
Wait, Scott, what did you say?
Jill, it's the buy 2, get 1 free sale, our best sale of the year.
But Scott, it's summer. That's the offer we make in the winter.
Right. Well, I guess that one's on me because I just told the team that this year's Independence sale is buy 2 windows, get 1 free.
So that means customers can buy 4 windows and get 2 free, or 6 windows and get 3 free?
Exactly. There's no end to the savings, and it's easy to take advantage of this offer. Just stop by the New York Sash Idea and Design Center this week. Browse our selection and save.
But it's for a limited time, right, Scott?
That's right. Stop in or call this week, and you'll lock in our most popular offer of the year. Buy 2 windows, get 1 free during the Independence sale at New York Sash.
We're open Monday through Saturday on Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro. And as always, let our family take care of your family.
The Potting Shed Antiques in Whitesboro is buying silver, gold-filled, vintage costume, estate jewelry, and U.S. and Canadian coins. They've been your hometown buyer for the past 52 years. While other gold and silver buyers claim to offer the highest prices, the Potting Shed Antiques actually delivers. Let Don Hartman take a look at your individual pieces or your entire collection. The Potting Shed Antiques, open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Please call ahead for an appointment. Visit thepottingshedantique.com.
The Utica Center for Development wants you to join the city of Utica's Independence Day Parade, sponsored by Mastrovito Hyundai. Register for the parade, have fun, build a float, or just walk and show community support on July 4th. To register for the parade or to be a vendor for the 4th of July party in the park, sign up today at ucdevelopment.org. The City of Utica parades are brought to you by the Utica Center for Development, Mastrovito Hyundai, Bank of Utica, and Save the Day Foundation.
Are you ready to smell better naked? I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the OBGYN creator of Lumi, the whole body deodorant that's clinically proven to control odor for 72 hours on pits, feet, privates, and beyond. It's pH optimized to safely and effectively control odor anywhere you have it, but wish you didn't. Plus, it's proven to work better than a shower with soap alone. Whether you shower twice a day or 3 times a week, Lumi works better. And who doesn't want zero body odor? With over 200,000 5-star reviews, I'm so sure you're going to love it, or you can return it for free.
There's a special offer for listeners. Use code 500 and get 15% off your first purchase with code 500, like the Lumi Starter Pack, Acidified Body Wash, or new Lumi Plus Sweat Control. That's LUMEdeodorant.com, code 500 for 15% off your first purchase. Love it or return it for free. That's LUMEdeodorant.com, code 500 to save 15% today.
You know, for years now, people have been switching their wireless service to Pure Talk to save money. I mean, $20 a month, you get unlimited talk and text and tons of data. It's a no-brainer. But in the last few weeks, well, Pure Talk has also reported a surge of new customers. They're signing up in order to support a charity that's near and dear to their hearts, America's Warrior Partnership, which, by the way, they're on the front lines of preventing veteran suicide by filling the basic needs of our vets. So many of my listeners have chosen to step away from the big carriers, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, and now you can help vets with their support of AWP. And by the way, this continues through the 4th of July weekend. So join us, switch your cell phone service to America's most dependable 5G network with Pure Talk. Do it before the 4th of July weekend, and you'll be helping support veterans in need all across the country. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword SAVE NOW, and you'll be connected to Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team. Pound 250, keyword SAVE NOW.
This is Keeler in the Morning. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Well. Coming up in a second, we're going to do what we call a sound off. Whatever is on your mind. You want to plug something? You want to yell about something?
You want to show your excitement over the victory of John Manion over Sarah Clee Hood?
That's possible. You know, whatever it is you want. You have a garage sale coming up? promote it. I don't care. You're mad about something. You're whatever
you want to be
is
critical.
What you're upset over the hospital. You're happy about the hospital. You have a great story to tell about the hospital. Whatever your story is, whatever is on your mind, 315-736-0186. We'll do it in a second. Right now, Lori in Newport is on the line, ready to play Hobica's free money question of the day. And it's worth $200 this morning from Joseph and Andrew Hobica at 315-724-1600. Good morning, Lori. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. All right, here we go. You're going to have 7 seconds to answer. And we have a couple of ways for you to win here this morning. So let's win some dough. Andrew, you're ready?
Always.
Here's the question. Last night, the New York Mets beat the New York Yankees. 9-7 was the final score. The Mets started playing the Yankees in 1963. It was an exhibition game they did every year until the early 1980s. It was called the Mayor's Cup. What year was the first year an official Major League Baseball game was played between the Mets and the Yankees? What was the year? Ready, go.
2010.
Well, you remember
It's always good to throw a guess out.
It was a good guess. There was the Subway Series. That was in what year? 2001, something like that.
2000?
Anyway, the answer to it
Davy's not in there
is the
paying
first time they started doing interleague play. And, Davey, do you remember what year that was?
Tell you the truth, I really
It's
don't
been
know.
going on for a long time. 1997 was the first official Major League Baseball game between the Mets and the Yankees.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so you don't win there. What if we bring my mom in and we do a little
Lottery.
lottery? You know how this works. She has, as crazy as it sounds, she has placed 30 clothespins in her dryer, and you're going to have to pick which
She's
number.
going to need a new dryer after
Which
this.
number she pulled. You were probably destroying the dryer. Mom, good morning.
Good morning. I
Uh,
hope it's not destroying my
Yeah, it'd be terrible.
dryer. Yeah, it would.
This is a beautiful dryer, though, right? You could do everything in this dryer.
Almost.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah. Well, you've got a good
Good
warranty
place
on
to
it,
punish
Mrs.
the
Keeler.
kids. Put them in the dryer, and you sit there. Okay, Mom, place them in and make it go round. Here we go.
Well, we got to get a number from.
I'll get there. Yeah, good point. What number do you want to go with, Lori? Between 1 and 30.
17.
17. All right, here we go.
Good
round
pick.
and
Good
round
pick.
they go. We're going to be
Good
looking
number.
for number 17 to come out. Number
Feeling
17.
good about it.
The beauty is she'll get 3 chances. Isn't this fun, Lori? This is a blast.
This is really fun.
Yeah. We're looking for the number 17. Okay, here we go.
Okay, first number is 19.
19.
Wow.
4.
4. This, by the way, is for $100. Last pick.
12.
And 12. Okay. Well, Lori, listen, you don't go away empty-handed.
No one's a loser here.
We're going to give you the all-in-one Food and Fun card. The Food and Fun card is good at the Odd or Nexus, Cookies, Q, and Creamery. Of course, Babes. Anytime during the week, or try their brunch on the weekend, Saturdays and Sundays. Stand by, and Davey is going to hook you up, Lori. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
All right, stand by. Mom, thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Okay.
All right. And away everybody goes. Davey, you'll take care of, you're good? All right. Well, I kind of like the extra opportunity of giving somebody an opportunity to win, right?
Always.
My mother said that next week is 4th of July week.
She's taking off.
She's going on vacation. They're not really going on vacation, but
She's vacating from this.
She would like to take a vacation from this. All right. So what we said we would do is a little sound off. Now, we really try to limit because let everybody in, right?
Yeah.
Whatever topic you have on your mind, whatever you want to promote, demote, yell about, scream about, compliment, whatever is on your mind, don't ever walk away from this and say, you only get so many people on. Those are the people, they tell their side of the story. I'd like to, you should have other people on. This is that opportunity right now.
Do you love the Franklin Square Alley?
315-736-0186 is our phone number. And whatever you have on your mind, this is your opportunity to call in.
So we can kick off the sound off as we're getting the calls with just a couple quick app comments here this morning.
Okay.
Big Honey.
Hold on. Not yet. Okay, now you go. 315-736-0186. What is on your God-blessed mind?
Big Honey and Heckler. Desk Pop is from the movie Good Cops with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg.
It is. That's a desk pop. I knew I'd known that from somewhere.
Darlene and Sequoia.
That was a funny scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Darlene and Sequoia. My daughter lives in Pennsylvania. Biden commercials have been running for weeks already. Every commercial break.
Yeah. It's going to get worse.
Oh, yeah.
Is that all you have? Okay. Let me go to Joyce. Hello, Joyce. Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Joyce.
One thing creeps me out when I listen to the radio, that commercial about the deodorant.
Oh, my God. Can I just tell you, I'm trying to figure out where
Creeps me out. Is there really anybody who would stink for 72 hours and spray deodorant?
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you?
Instead of showering? Yeah.
I was just talking about this with Joe Maachi. So you know that I've talked about how I have to go and I got to do it again to get the bone marrow sample.
Right.
And they go into your.
You too.
Thank you. They go into your hip, and on the prep work, they give you a sheet that tells you what to do. First of all, the first thing they tell you is, please bathe. Like I wouldn't. But apparently
some people need the reminder.
That's the problem. Apparently there are people that don't. But do you know, Joyce, they have on the sheet, do not place deodorant on the hip near the area of the hip. And it's because of this. People are putting body deodorant all over their bodies now.
What's happening to the world?
I don't know. Apparently, it's really stinks. And
it's gross. It's morning. I'm having coffee. I'm listening to you, enjoying myself, and the commercial comes on about her spraying her privates. I'm thinking to myself, what the hell?
I'm with you. Thank you, Joyce.
Great sound
with
off,
you.
Joyce. Thank you.
Have a good day, and good luck on your
Thank you.
your medical stuff.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
And I also don't want to hear any more of the great
Crystal Flush.
There's Crystal Flush. There's
toe
fungus stuff.
The loose oily stool.
Break. 315-736-0186. Jay, you're on the radio. Good morning. What's going on?
Good morning, William.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey, quick comment. I see back in the paper here a week or two back that Rome's going to put neon lights in the Paul Revere, galloping horse where you come up on 40.
Okay.
And, I think that's going to be a good thing. Another thing is, how come when the Rome elected officials, you never talk about them bickering back and forth about different things in the city? I don't know. I know it's a smaller scale city, but it seems like the Rome elected officials are on the same page, and Utica are like one's going north, one's going south some of the time.
Listen, you should know this. What happens in Rome stays in Rome.
Amen. I grew up there. Yeah. If I ever got caught what I did when I was a kid, I'd probably still be doing hard time.
Yeah, they don't talk much about what goes on there.
Jay, we'll work on that though. Thank you.
Yes.
You have a wonderful day. Thanks so much.
We'll try to encourage some infighting there.
Let's get some fighting going on. Hello, Larry. Good morning.
Hey, Bill. I don't think your Mets will lose another game.
Larry.
Okay.
Are you with me? At least this is really good baseball. This is how we should.
Is a different side of Larry.
Yeah,
here.
Larry's been beaten up like I have, but I try to remain optimistic. I mean, how did you feel last night at what was it, 9-2? I got a little nervous, but yeah.
Here's the key couple things. The Mets are hitting 1 through 9. When 1 through 9 is hitting, you're not going to lose many games. Even though
you're right.
Got 2 hits.
Yeah.
The Yankees, I don't know if you heard Ron Darling, he said the Yankees from 4 through 9 are challenged.
Yeah, they're awful.
They really are
terrible.
Yep. So here's the other thing. I don't know if you thought about this. When Judge had the bases loaded, they should just intentional walk them.
They should have.
Give up 1 run instead of 4.
I completely agree.
Bader was going to. I thought that was going right into Bader's glove. I'm like, he just missed it.
He made it look like it was.
Oh, my gosh.
And I got to tell you something. It is. I love Bader. I right
Never
now
another one we should have never got rid of.
with a little bit of pitching help. We still need a little bit of pitching help. I like where we are right now, Larry. So.
Well, here's the internet's just saying walk Soto and Judge every time because the guys behind him.
You're right.
They got Gleyber Torres hitting fourth at 215. He doesn't run ground balls or anything. So 4 through 9, they're challenged.
Let's see what happens. And I want your opinion on this. Manaski last night texted me and said, "I almost am feeling better that Diaz is on the suspended list right now because he'd come in and give up the big home run." I don't know. When he's hot, he is hot. But when he's not, it gets in his head. I get very nervous.
The only problem is he's got 10 days off, so when he comes back, it's going to take him a while to get back.
I know.
That's the only problem.
Yeah.
So,
all right, Larry. Thanks, man. Glad to hear a happy Larry.
Yeah.
As a Mets fan.
Me too.
Hello, Kathy. 315-736-0186. I'll keep going for another 4 minutes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have to tell you, I'm a little ticked off. I like my automotive company that works on most of my cars.
Okay.
But if you have to do something to spur the moment, and it's a large problem, you use your Visa card, they charge you an added 3%. So I don't think that's right.
I do not like this additional charge on credit card stuff. If you pay with a credit card, I always thought it was a law they couldn't charge extra unless you're a gas station.
If you end up having to postpone the appointment, and then you got to go to the bank, get the cash, and then you got to go make another trip out. So I think it's inconvenient, and to be able, I thought using a Visa card would make it
easier,
nice and convenient for people.
All right, Kathy, good point. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, Kathy.
I wonder what would happen if you said to somebody, "I'll do this, but I am not going to pay the extra 3%." And if I have to pay the extra 3%, I'm going somewhere else. I wonder what would happen.
I don't think a lot of people broadcast that they're charging 3 more percent. They just do it.
Jay, you're on the radio. Good morning.
This is Jake.
Jake.
Oh, Jake.
Bill,
what's
good
up?
morning. Andrew, good morning. Dave, good morning.
Good morning.
Instead of your mother using a dryer,
why
don't you use one of those bingo machines?
Okay, we should do
numbers.
I'll go out and buy her a bingo machine. That's a good idea.
No, the little small ones. That they roll.
But Jake, it doesn't have the same effect when you hear the little ding and then the pins in the dryer. It's all the auditory thing.
I do feel there's a bit of a novelty on purpose to using the dryer, but and I do have one of those little bingo things. I got. I don't know where I got it, but I got to look for that. So
because you never know. Maybe those. I don't know how long it's going to be the contest, but
all right.
It could ruin the machine. I don't know.
It could. We don't tell her that. We'll never do this contest again. All right, Jake. Thank you, man. Have a
good day, guys.
Have a great day.
I heard it in her voice
Quickly,
this morning.
Dave in Rome. I'm running out of time. Hi, Dave.
Good. How you doing, Bill?
Good. What's up?
Hey, I'd like to sound off on. Hey, we need a Golden Corral here in New Hartford.
A Golden Corral. Okay.
That's good. They got the seafood and the shrimp.
Well, there's a perfect place to put it. I thought it was going to go into the old Ponderosa there.
That would be a good spot.
I don't know.
It would be nice.
Okay, it would be nice. Thank you, man. Mike and Skyler, you have 10 seconds. Hi, Mike.
Okay, I wasn't happy about the game last night, but I was happy I got to name that Yankee right, the Robin Ventura. I don't get a lot of those right.
No, those are tough.
All right, good stuff. And I'll do. Thank you, Mike. Call back in a second if you have more. And Stefan Rubitsky
closing us off
gets the final word. Good morning, Stefan.
This is Davey Johnson. And the Mets are hot right now.
Thank you, Davey.
Let's go Mets.
Let's go
All
Mets.
right, Stefan.
Well, I got to tell you something. This feels. I don't know how long it lasts, Stefan, but it does feel pretty darn good, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
but
all
it
right.
got interesting in the
Of course it
eighth
did.
inning.
Yes.
Yep.
Hold on. Tequila. Okay, time to go, Stefan. Thank you, man.
Bye, Bill.
Have a wonderful day. It did get interesting.
I hope we blow you out tonight. I hope it is that
it could
16-4.
It could happen. We have another hour to go here. Hold tight. Ryan Noble's coming up next hour.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
A 2024 first. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. A congressman primaried out in the most expensive primary race ever. Progressive Democrat Jamal Bowman, who's accused Israel of genocide in Gaza, lost to George Latimer in New York. Latimer's a pro-Israel centrist who beat Bowman by 17 points.
Tonight we turn a page and we say that we believe in inclusion of everybody.
In Colorado, Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert won a primary in a new district she wants to switch to represent. Julian Assange is free, now back home in Australia after a years-long legal battle with the U.S. ended with a court in the Northern Mariana Islands, American territory, accepting the WikiLeaks founder guilty plea to an espionage charge.
This prosecution sets a dangerous precedent that should be of concern to journalists everywhere.
That's Assange lawyer Jennifer Robinson. Assange's charge stems from WikiLeaks posting a lot of U.S. classified military information online. An American journalist Russia claims is a spy, Evan Gershkovich, went on trial today.
He was seen in that glass cage once again, this time appearing with a shaved head. Washington and the Wall Street Journal have repeatedly rejected the spy charges as baseless.
Fox's Alex Hogan. The next hearing set for August 13th. President Biden's offering pardons for potentially thousands of military veterans.
The president says pardons for LGBTQI plus service members forced out of the military because of sexual orientation or gender identity rights a historic wrong. In a statement, he says some of the veterans were subjected to court-martial.
Fox's Jared Halpern. The day before the CNN presidential debate, when immigration could be a big issue, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas will go to the border in Arizona.
The White House is out with new numbers this morning, announcing that since President Biden signed a proclamation earlier this month, things are moving in the right direction. Those new DHS numbers show the Border Patrol's 7-day encounter average has decreased more than 40%.
Fox's David Spun. America's listening to Fox News.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by July 31st, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
You know, since 9/11, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation has been committed to supporting our nation's first responders and veterans. They support America's heroes like U.S. Army Major Jonathan Turnbull. Now, Major Turnbull sustained devastating injuries at the hands of an ISIS suicide bomber. Tunnel to Towers gave him a specially adapted smart home designed for his needs. Join Tunnel to Towers. They're hoping all of us will donate $11 a month so this great work continues. Their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org.
This has added to the illegal immigration debate another murder case, this one in Texas, where 2 migrants in the U.S. illegally are accused of killing a 12-year-old girl last week. Jocelyn Nungare's mother tells Fox.
These men, these illegal men, took that opportunity from my daughter, from our family, of watching her become this amazing person.
They're being held on $10 million bail. One was arraigned Monday, the other yesterday.
Prosecutors say Johan Jose Martinez Rangel admitted to several aspects of the crime during his interviews. And there's evidence that 12-year-old Jocelyn fought back against him.
Fox's Nate Foy outside the court in Houston. They could ultimately face the death penalty, like Ramiro Gonzalez, whose Texas plans to lethally inject today for kidnapping, sexually assaulting, and murdering an 18-year-old girl back in 2001. An accused mass murderer may be ready to admit he did it in Illinois.
Robert Cremo III was set to face trial in February, though last week victims' families say they were notified by prosecutors that Cremo intends to plead guilty in a hearing in Lake County today to dozens of murder, attempted murder, and other charges in the killing of 7 people and injury of dozens of others during a 4th of July parade in Highland Park. 2 years later, the city of Highland Park preparing to hold its first 4th of July parade since that shooting. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
In a few hours, we'll get more Supreme Court rulings as the justices finish out this term. Among the cases left to decide, one related to emergency abortions, another about homeless encampments, and the big Trump case, the former president's claim he should be immune from prosecution for acts taken while in office, which has put on hold the Trump 2020 election interference-related federal trial. On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed before today's trading, down for the Dow, up for the NASDAQ. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time, 8:05. I'm Andrew Derminio. This update brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. The results are in, and Central New York voters have decided the candidates who will appear on the ballot in November. State Senator John Manion has won the 22nd Congressional District primary over fellow Democrat Sarah Clee Hood. That means Manion is going to battle Republican incumbent Congressman Brandon Williams to see who represents a district that covers all of Onondaga and Madison counties and parts of Cayuga, Cortland, and Oneida counties. Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. A Utica man is in trouble with the law after stealing a school bus. Durham Bus employees noticed the vehicle was missing yesterday and used GPS to find it. They tracked it to the intersection of Eagle Street and Park Avenue, where they were approached by 29-year-old Daniel Finley, who said the bus was his and no one would take it from him. Onboard footage showed Finley took the bus around 1 a.m. and drove away with it. He's facing multiple charges. New York State is now launching a brand new platform aimed at helping recruit teachers. It's part of a partnership between the Department of Education and Teach. Prospective teachers can access free resources such as one-on-one and group advising, a search tool to help them find teaching programs, and support to prepare them for teaching tests. For more information on the program, head to newyork.teach.org. One of the biggest names in music is going on tour, and he'll be making a stop in his hometown of Syracuse. Post Malone is set to take the stage at the Empowered Federal Credit Union Amphitheater at Lakeview on Saturday, September 14th at 8 p.m. Malone is a Grammy Award nominee who is best known for hits like Sunflower, Circles, White Iverson, and Congratulations. Tickets go on sale Monday at 10 a.m. through Live Nation. And Mattel is working to make its games like Uno colorblind accessible. The toy company aims to make 80% of its games accessible by the end of this year and 90% in 2025. Mattel called the move part of an inclusivity effort in a press release. The 4 main colors used in games will be distinguished by simple symbols added game pieces. It is 8:07. Your weather forecast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor, the leader in service. Visit clintontractor.net.
Here's the latest from the WIBX Weather Center today. Mostly cloudy, a few breaks of sunshine, high 83. Showers tonight, low 60. Tomorrow, generally clear and mostly sunny, with a high cooler, only 71. That's the latest. I'm Mike Johnson for WIBX 950. And 92.3 FM.
Right now, we're close to 70 degrees under cloudy skies. It is 8:08. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA 43 local contractors. The Mets started the Subway Series with a 9-7 win over the Yankees at Citi Field. Daniel Nunez earned his first victory of the season after striking out 2 and allowing an unearned run over 2 2/3 innings of relief. Mark Vientos launched a pair of home runs while Harrison Bader and Brandon Nimmo also went deep. Garrett Cole was settled with the loss after allowing 6 runs on 7 hits over 4 frames. Just an awful, awful performance. Juan Soto and Aaron Judge each went yard for the Bronx Bombers, who lead the AL East at 52 and 29. The Mets are third in the NL East at 38 and 39, and will wrap up the 2-game set tonight in Queens.
It is possible that the Mets could make it to 500 tonight with a win.
Yeah, it is possible.
It's also possible they could go 2 games under 500.
Throw a third ear.
Stop being a baby. Come on.
One of baseball's biggest sluggers is warming up to the idea of joining a division rival. When asked about the possibility of joining the Yankees, Toronto Blue Jays first baseman Vlad Guerrero Jr. said during a Monday interview he would be happy to help any team, but back in 2022, he said he would never sign with the Yankees. And again in 23, he told New York Post, "It was a, quote, personal thing that goes back with my family," end quote. The 25-year-old is hitting .286 with 10 home runs and 35 RBIs this season. New York is searching for a replacement at first base, with Rizzo expected to be out until August with a broken right forearm.
Okay, you're done. Are you done yet?
Yeah, well, I do have a commercial to read, too, and everything
well, before you get to that, I just want to... We have breaking news here.
Okay, let's break it.
And then you can do your commercial. You are so ornery over that game. Yeah, it's just a game, man. Yesterday,
We'll see what happens
Davey, what was
tonight.
this? People were calling in saying last night at Dave's Diner, the last ever car show was going on at Dave's Diner.
Yeah, because somebody puts it, the participated,
Yes.
put it on Facebook, and they've said it was the last.
I want to correct that. And on the line right now is Dave himself from Dave's Diner. Dave, good morning.
Good morning, Bill.
It has been a long time.
We were just thinking of your muffins yesterday.
I think of my muffins a lot of times every morning, too. But it's been 35 years, 5 months, and I want to say 14 days since I opened.
Wow.
And it's been a long, interesting journey, a lot of fun. It's been a great business, and I'm still there. The place is a sale pending.
It is pending,
You
so
know
it's
what that
not
means?
done yet.
Yeah, we haven't had a closing.
Right.
Everybody, I've heard stories from, that the place is getting torn down. They're putting a car dealership.
Yes.
Everyone gets bits and pieces. And then yesterday when I was working, I'm out there selling 50-50 tickets. We raised money for this local cancer foundation.
Nice.
And they're like, hey, this is the last one. I said, what? No, it's not the last one. I said, well, we heard it on the show. And I said, oh, man.
There he goes again.
I knew that would work to get you on.
Yeah. Well, I've seen Bill in action over there for 5 years.
Oh, Dave, do you remember that 5 years? That 5 years felt like 25, didn't it?
Well, it did, but it was fun. But I would be scared to come in every morning. I'm like turkeys tied up to the dumpster, people tarred and feathered. It was
we did
fire
everything.
department's calling me. They're burning batteries. It was Mr. T was there, John Wade and Bob. And the story goes on. It was crazy, but it was
Listen,
fun.
Dave, there needs to be a movie, and we're going to call it Dave's Diner, the crazy days.
Extended cut.
Yeah, wow. I mean, just to think about it, you had a radio station right there in the building. I loved coming through the back door
cool.
during
It
commercial
was
breaks. It
cool.
was, yeah.
So, Dave, another rumor is that you're no longer here. You're down in Florida. The business is running itself. That's not true either.
No, he was there last
I'll
night.
tell you what's part of it's true. I bought a house in Texas, Corpus Christi, on North Padre Island. I sold my house, and so I did spend 7 months there this winter because I wanted to see if I could run it remotely, and I did.
Yeah.
My crew was tremendous. I did everything down there electronically, payroll, paid bills, did the whole thing, and I come back in the summer.
Yeah.
So there is a sale. It's pending. We're very close, but till the closing happens, I don't know when it's going to be. It could be 2 months from now.
You never know. Yeah.
So,
will people operate it as a diner?
Well, he doesn't know yet.
Seem to be true. No, I don't think the guy that wants it, that part of it is, it looks like it's just going to close. I'm going to probably have to have an auction and close. I tried, but nobody seems to want to run a diner.
Well, Dave, let me tell you, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's you would know that.
You can't do it alone, Bill.
Yeah.
You cannot do it alone. I got great people that were with me for years, and I'm going to miss them. They're going to miss that place, and just the people is the best part of the whole business. Like you talk to people every day, and it's been unreal. I'm very happy, but it's time to move on.
Yeah. Remember that time? I mean, Mr. T coming in.
Oh, my God.
John Wayne Bobbitt. And the days, those K-Rock days were just something else. Man.
It was. Remember Lucy?
Lucia, yes. She still may come in.
Yeah,
I see her still every once in a while.
See her. I talk to her too all the time.
Yeah.
And I remember one time when, what was the other kid there who worked with you, your sidekick?
Brad Davies.
Brad, you guys were doing an alcohol test or drinking, and he had too much, and then they had
the ambulance came. It was, you realize that when the show ended, we started to think, what crazy thing can we do tomorrow? And that's what life was like back then. It was something else.
And you did.
Man, oh man. Well, listen, my wife and I are going to come over, and I've not been over to your place in a while. And I used to have a friend that would bring me the chocolate chip donut, and I'm going to come in to get it and do breakfast. And thank you for all of what you've done, Dave, for the community. So.
Oh man, it's been a great ride, and I couldn't do it without the people and my help. I thank them and my wife and my kids for putting up with it for that long. But it was very rewarding, and I'm going to miss a lot of it.
Yeah.
But what can I do?
All right. So sale pending.
But yeah, we're still going strong.
Everything is continuing.
Strong. We're going to. Yeah, I will. In fact, I'll call you guys if.
Okay, when it happens.
I know what's going on for sure. Yeah.
All right.
Otherwise, business as usual until they hear from me.
You know, on your last day, we might just have to come over there and broadcast from there.
I think we should. We should definitely do that.
You know what? Start thinking of something crazy. Let's do it. We got 15 acres back there. You know, we could have a reunion from the old KL/Dave Steiner.
We could.
We'll have a crazy bash or something.
We're gonna
raise money for somebody.
We're gonna teach turkeys how to fly. That's what we're gonna do. That one went bad. Oh boy. All right, Dave. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
We'll be in touch. Thank you. All right.
All right. Thank you very much.
Bye
bye.
Wow, that is those days starting like 1992, 93. I forgot when I was fired, 92, and then I went over to K-Rock, and we were at Dave's Diner. It was the coolest thing in the world.
Was Vince working with you over there?
Vince was over there. Brad, of course, Brad was
oh my God.
Sidekick. JoJo.
Wow, bring back the memory.
Whoa, speaking of memories, what's up, buddy?
Wow. My God.
How you doing, man?
You can't make this stuff up. A yellow bus, somebody stealing, what, they couldn't steal a blue or green one?
Where have you been, JoJo?
I got Dave's Diner, and I followed Dave's Diner and JoJo. What a classic that is.
Oh, I'm telling you, these
memories are making me smile this morning.
The first day we started over there, I mean, Dave had to be like, as it was, things were nice and quiet. They were playing classic rock. And when we started that first day, I'm like, the studio's too small. Somebody brought in a chainsaw and we took down a wall. That was day one. And it didn't stop until I was fired. So,
Dave's Diner, I was before Dave's Diner because I remember Washington Mills.
Oh, Washington Mills, too. Yes, there's another place where we tore down a wall. But you do what you have to do.
Helping out with Toys for Tots. I froze my bologna off over in New Hartford. Justin had that Winnebago. Didn't had to go to my car to warm up.
I remember that too. And there was another thing we wanted to, remember when we wanted to, I can't do this too long because the memory lane, but I remember when we wanted to give away a convertible and the station wouldn't do it, so we cut the top off of a Jeep. Turns out there's a lot of electric wires that go through the top of the car.
Yeah,
nothing worked at all. So.
And then you had them funny water balloons. Remember? They weren't water balloons. They were.
Yeah. Yes. Some great times.
I had to call you. I had to call you because you were so good to me for all them years. Tickets here, and you never once told me no. I wanted to go to a restaurant. I wanted to go to hockey games. Just be there. The tickets will be there. So, Bill, if you need anything. I read your story. I'm a 58-year-old guy, and I was actually crying because I love you, Billy. I don't care. I'm 58 years old, and you're a good friend of mine. And the prayers, me and my brother Johnny G. Prayers. I hope everything works out for you. Take one day at a time.
It'll be A-okay. I'm very lucky to have the kind that I have. It's treatable. So
I don't think I ever called you Bill. I always called you Billy.
That's exactly right. And so listen, JoJo, I so much appreciate the phone call.
Yeah, don't be a stranger, man.
Yeah, thank you so much, man.
Oh God, Billy. And one last thing, because I know you can beat this thing. And one thing I'm going to say is lock it up, baby. Lock it up because you can beat it, Billy.
Lock it up.
All right, JoJo, thank you. Thank you for that, man. Thank you. All right, you have a great day, JoJo.
That's
some
awesome.
great memories right there that I did not expect. Pretty wild. All right, national anthem will be. His name is Cameron Stewart. We'll bring him in a second. He won the other night. He'll be singing at the post-race party which I play a role in, and it all comes down to that national anthem and a potential flyover. So we'll speak with Cameron here in studio, and you'll hear him sing. He's really, really good, and we'll do it next on WIBX.
Why is Navage perfect for allergy sufferers? Rhino Systems Medical Director Dr. Howard Levine explains.
If someone's exposed to allergens, they can get rid of those immediately by washing out the nose. Navage works by pulling saline in one nostril, through the nose and out the other nostril, sucking out allergens, mucus, dust, and germs. Experience on-the-spot relief so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier.
Navage is available at Sam's Club, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or online at Navage.com. Navage. Breathe easy.
Brunch is here at Taylor & the Cook. Yep, a top 100 restaurant in the country, now firing up pancakes, breakfast sandwiches, biscuits and gravy, and so much more. Taylor & the Cook at 311 Main Street has brunch every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mimosas, bloodies, and of course, our perfect twist on everything. Sit by the fire, up at the bar, or on the terrace with your friends. Check out the full brunch menu at taylorandthecook.com.
Lisa and Peter had wanted a bed where they could pick a number on each side and make it as soft or as firm as they like. They were from Utica and went to the local national store. They advertised them. They liked it, but they had heard my ad that said, compare the smart bed by Instant Comfort. Lisa and Peter came in. We put them on a Q9 King Flex head. We elevated Peter's head and feet, put the massage on low. He was a number 24. He liked his side soft. Lisa liked her side firm. She was a 42. She liked her head elevated higher, her feet a little less, and the massage on high. They were thrilled that it had a 25-year industry-leading warranty. They loved the fact that it had 45 individual settings on each side, and it was totally affordable because they qualified and signed up for the 5 years, no interest, no money down. And then they got a $750 prepaid card, our current promotion, to go spend on themselves for the summer. Go to mattressexpressny.com for locations and try the smart bed by Instant Comfort.
Hey, if you have ugly yellow toe fungus, you got to hear about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. It works from both the inside and the outside. Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus. You can check it out at crystalflesh.com. Jake started off with a small spot on his big toe, and then it spread and got really bad. His toes were nasty. It was so embarrassing. He was afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflesh.com. It was the only thing that worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot again. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflesh.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflesh.com.
Get ready for this week's half-off Thursday deal with SeizeTheDeal.com. Score your half-off gift certificate to Copper City Billiards. Tomorrow morning starting at 8. Get $50 for $25 with Seize the Deal's half-off Thursday. Copper City Billiards on East Chestnut Street in Rome provides fun for the whole family. Open 7 days a week from noon till 11 p.m. Visit CopperCityBilliards.com for more information. Get your half-off Thursday gift certificates tomorrow from Copper City Billiards. Hurry, they sell out fast at SeizeTheDeal.com.
I've always gotten tons of UTIs. Cranberry products never worked for me, and I was desperate for a way to be proactive. I'm Jenna Ryan, CEO and founder of Eucora. We've worked with doctors to develop effective urinary tract health products. Just mix a packet of Eucora with water and drink it when you need support, like right after intimacy. Eucora is helping over 100,000 women stay healthy. Ready to join them? Get 30% off at eucora.com/radio. That's UQORA.com/radio.
Hi, I'm Scott Hayes.
And I'm Jill Hayes. At New York Sash, we love Independence Day.
I couldn't agree more, honey. The parades, the fireworks, the backyard barbecues.
And the bathrooms.
Exactly, honey. Wait, the bathrooms?
You bet, Scott. There's nothing like getting that bathroom upgrade you've always wanted and getting 50% off the installation.
That's right. It's the Independence Sale at New York Sash. Time to free yourself from that tired old bathroom and get 50% off the installation.
Exactly, Scott. A deal everyone can celebrate.
And when we're done, your bathroom will look incredible, and our team can finish the upgrade in as little as 2 days.
Stop by the New York Sash Idea and Design Center on Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro and see all the options available. And if you have questions, we'll be happy to help.
So if you're ready for your dream bathroom, call us or stop by this week during the Independence Sale and get 50% off the installation of your new bathroom, only at New York Sash.
Say hello to Lumi, the whole-body deodorant developed with your whole body in mind. Pits, privates, and beyond. It's outrageously effective and clinically proven to block odor all day, anywhere you have body odor and wish you didn't, and keeps controlling odor up to 72 hours. Lumi is different. Developed by an OBGYN, Lumi goes beyond masking odor to control body odor in a way certain other deodorants and soap don't. Start controlling body odor everywhere, not just armpits. Experience whole-body freshness from Lumi Whole Body Deodorant today. Go to LumiDeodorant.com to be the best-smelling you of all time. There's a special offer for listeners. Use code 203 and get 15% off your first purchase with code 203. Like the Lumi Starter Pack, Acidified Body Wash, or new Lumi Plus Sweat Control. That's LumeDeodorant.com, code 203 for 15% off your first purchase. Love it or return it for free. That's LumeDeodorant.com, code 203 to save 15% today. LumeDeodorant.com.
Oh, you want me to talk? Listen, I'm going to tell you about this fungus thing here. No, I'm not. These commercials, I mean...
The fungus among us.
It is like every other commercial is another crazy, disgusting disease. Do you have scabies? I do want to tell you about something that is wonderful. Something, now I'm doing a transition away from that.
Thank you.
Something that is pleasing to the ears. Have you ever heard Ricky Z play on the baby grand? It is unbelievable.
Of course.
And he can play stuff you think you're listening to the original, especially his Billy Joel stuff. Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what he does really well? He puts people into the right vehicle. That is very, very important. You know, there are a lot of situations where someone might put a young couple into a vehicle that's too expensive for them, and you know how that ends. Usually not well.
Nope.
Rick is there to help, and that's how everybody is at Steve Ponte. That's how they are. And, you know, right now you could drive away with an award-winning Mazda with 0% APR financing. It is possible. And you could drive the new Mazda CX-5 SE model for only $285 a month. That's a 36-month lease, and you're saving with 0% APR financing on select award-winning new 2024 Mazdas. Go over and talk to Rick or anybody over there at Steve Ponte Mazda. As they say, as Rick says, let's make your deal on a new Mazda, where it's always easy to do business. Steve Ponte Mazda, Commercial Drive in Yorkville.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Good guy. Okay. So in studio right now is Cameron Stewart. He's from Rome. Cameron is, you're in the real estate business.
That's what they say, Bill.
That is what they say. And you like, so do you sing in a band, or do you do?
I do. I'm in a band called Homebound.
Okay.
Got a couple guys out of the Morrisville, Eaton area. I'm in Rome. Got a couple guys out of Syracuse as well. So,
nice.
So we're from all over the place. Listen, if you'd like to like us on Facebook and go to
we got to check that out.
Homebound CNY.
Do you have any music up on YouTube or anything? Spotify?
Yes, sir. You can find a bunch of things on Facebook. We also have a YouTube channel as well. You should be able to link right to that YouTube channel from Facebook. Yeah.
Cool. You came in and sang the national anthem the other day. I thought you did a tremendous job. We were over at Babes. And, of course, this is to be able to sing the national anthem at the post-race party where you're looking at like 40,000 people at the Boilermaker. And that's not going to make you nervous.
No, it's okay.
You'll handle it.
Yeah. Like I said at Babes, I think 39,000 is my limit, so we'll see how 40 goes.
Right. You don't get nervous till it gets over 39,000.
Yeah, well, the problem is you don't really get nervous until you get up there. Then there's no coming back.
You know, I once sang the national anthem at a Utica College football game, and I got so freaked out by that Gaetano Stadium, it used to be, there was a delay that was coming back, and it just kind of echoes in there.
Screwed you up.
Man, it screwed me up, and I butchered it.
I'm sure you did
awful.
Excellent, Bill.
No, it was terrible.
Like Roseanne Barr awful, or
no? It was just I don't want to. The more the years go by, the worse I feel like it was. So maybe it wasn't quite that bad, but I think it was.
You couldn't have done worse than anything Yoko Ono has done in the past. So.
Well,
there you
that's
go.
where the bar is set.
Yeah,
then I'm going to take it. So, all right. I thought what you could do is, have you timed your have you got it down to a time yet?
I'm working on the time. I know we have a potential flyover, and I'd love to make sure. Yeah, I'd love to make sure that we can do that. I know I've got a minute and 30 seconds. So
you want to hit that just as the flyover happens. If there's going to be a flyover, we never know for sure. But listen, if it's a minute 40, whatever it is, as long as I know what it is, that's all that matters. All right, would you do us the honor of giving people a little preview of what the national anthem will sound like?
You want the whole thing?
Let's do the whole thing.
Right.
I think it's worth it. Andrew, you should be also... You can take your hand off your heart for this and put your phone and time him. Time him. I want to know exactly what you...
my hand up.
Okay, good. All right.
Oh, that's true.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is... take your hats off.
Hold on.
Take those hats off. This is Cameron Stewart. You'll be hearing him at the post-race party of the Boilermaker, Cameron Stewart, and the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That was really, really good.
And I just lost my mortgage. Oh,
that
the over-under.
was good.
What are we coming at?
I'm kidding. 120. I stopped it a little late. 125.
Well, 125.
Okay,
That's
okay.
really good.
Okay.
All right, so you'll figure it out. You'll all I need to know
Well
is
done.
the time.
I'll hold that last note out a little longer. I think we'll be all right if I can breathe that.
The way you do it is when you come to that last line, you look up, listen, and you'll begin to hear the rumbling if it happens.
I think if there are two F-16s, which I believe is the plan,
Oftentimes,
hopefully, I think we'll be able to hear them.
I think you will. You absolutely will. Well, that is a wonderful job.
I greatly appreciate it.
Really, really, really nice. And I feel like you've made that version your own. I really like that a lot. So.
Well, I gotta give one of my favorite singers of all time, Mark Anthony, credit.
Okay.
Yeah, so he did that. I want to say it was 2008 NBA Finals game, Miami Heat versus whoever.
Right.
So you can find that on YouTube. So I want to be clear. I did. That's all.
Fair
that's
enough.
all Mark. That's all Mark.
And you know what? It's nice is it's not the standard traditional. Like Dave only does a great job of the standard. And I don't want to say anything, but I think he'll be singing somewhere during Boilermaker weekend. But you don't go. Some people take it too far, and they're
It's just enough.
all over the place, and oftentimes they go out of key when they when they're doing that. You were spot on. You don't take it too far. It's a perfect rendition. I like it a lot.
Well, I appreciate it. You know what I will say is, our band Homebound, we do a rock version of the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, it is absolutely wonderful. I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but I think we really blow people away when we play that. Because I don't know if people have heard that kind of rendition.
Yeah, they're not
before.
expecting
that.
that.
It's awesome.
Awesome. And where are you going to be? Where's the band going to be?
Yeah, so interestingly enough, we've got a string of private gigs coming up here, but we do have a public gig coming up this Saturday at the Oneida American Legion.
Okay.
All right, so hopefully, weather permitting, it's going to be an outdoor gig on the big stage. We're really excited to play out there. So if you're not familiar with where that is, let me see here. I got a note right here.
Is that out on 5?
So it's 398 North Main Street in Oneida. It's right next to Veterans Memorial Park.
Oh, okay.
So right kind of the north side of Oneida there.
All right.
Yeah.
So the American Legion in Oneida.
Yep. Free to open to the public. Come on out. Even if the weather's not that great, we're going to be inside, I believe. So
Love it. Yeah. Okay. Very cool. Well, a great job. Awesome job. Cameron Stewart, we'll see you. I will.
Oh, he does want to. He's going to plug an event.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Do you guys mind?
No, go ahead.
Real quick.
I'd love to talk to you guys about the Rome Canal Fest, Rome Rotary Canal Fest.
Right. Yeah.
So I have the privilege of being the president of the Rome Rotary Club last year, and they actually elected me again this year. So I start my new term in July. But Saturday, August 3rd, we have our Canal Fest. Okay, a rain date of Sunday, August 4th. We've got good food from Chimo's Catering. We've got Verano Super Jump there with the inflatables. We got the dunk tank coming back. We're doing our fishing derby at 7:30 in the morning. We still have opportunities for sponsorships as little as $50, as high as $1,000.
Okay.
Please reach out to me directly if you guys are interested in supporting this. All of this money goes to charity. We sent $15,000 to local charities just from last year's Canal Fest alone.
Wow, that's awesome.
This is a big deal for our community, and we'd love you guys to join us. And if you consider sponsoring, we'd love that too.
Awesome. Coming up August 3rd.
Rain date, August 4th.
All right, cool. And one thing that I will tell you about Rome is when Rome has an event, Rome supports its stuff, and people come out. That's all.
I love it.
It's always a great time. So, all right, Cameron Stewart, we'll see you on Boilermaker Sunday.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Quick break. We'll do the Reed Rundown. Is that what you call it?
That's correct.
Andrew Reed coming right up. 3 legal topics, and he gives us the legal scoop. It happens next to WIBX.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're gonna be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WOW25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WOW25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code WOW25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code WOW25.
Why is Navage perfect for allergy sufferers? Rhino Systems Medical Director Dr. Howard Levine explains.
If someone's exposed to allergens, they can get rid of those immediately by washing out the nose. Navage works by pulling saline in one nostril, through the nose and out the other nostril, sucking out allergens, mucus, dust, and germs. Experience on-the-spot relief so you could breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier.
Navage is available at Sam's Club, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or online at Navage.com. Navage. Breathe easy.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, we try as often as possible to do our little Andrew Reed rundown.
The Reed rundown.
No one makes an explosion sound like me, Dave. I'm just telling you. On the line right now is Andrew Reed. Good morning, Andrew Reed.
Good morning. Glad to be back.
Glad to have you back. So we throw out 3 legal topics for you. Today's a big day, too. We expect that we'll be getting who knows which decision from the Supreme Court today. It's going to be one of those days. But let's start here. Topic 1, a teacher in New Hampshire fired for secretly helping a pregnant student access abortion services. This is going to be very interesting. What do you think here?
Yeah, this comes in kind of a unique point in the year because this is effectively the 2-year anniversary of the Dobbs decision, which effectively overturned Roe v. Wade and threw abortion issues back to the states for deciding. And so this is where we're seeing a lot of things like this case. This teacher helped a pregnant student go to a clinic, get an abortion. But there's a lot of question here that the reports even state that the information is unknown, which makes it a little interesting to kind of create hypotheticals here.
Right.
So one of the issues in New Hampshire, from the reports, there needs to be 48 hours notice to the parents before an abortion can be performed. So the question is, were the parents informed, number one? And then another issue that comes up was, did the teacher and the student cross state lines to go to a clinic? That creates other issues because that makes it, well, which state's laws start coming into effect?
Right.
If the student cross state lines, does that mean New Hampshire's laws apply or another state's laws?
Okay. So New Hampshire is not a state where abortion is outlawed. It's just you have to give 48 hours notice to a parent.
That, at least from the reports, that's where.
Okay. Yeah.
Each state is different, I will say, and so many have unique little nuances to their laws.
All right, very interesting. You know, do we know how old the girl was?
Not from any of the reports that I saw.
Yeah. This is a touchy one. And while I know we can all pound our fist and say the parent should know, end of story, and I understand that. I do understand that. But this can also lead to very bad situations for the student. There are stories of kids knowing if they were to tell their parents, here's the other part of this you don't know. How will the parents react? Well, this could have been a very bad situation for this student.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if she's in 7th grade, if something like that happened, that's a different. But if you're talking about a junior or a senior in high school,
17 or 18, it gets into.
I don't know. It becomes. And then, how far did the teacher go to help her? Man, I hope not too far. But so does it say that the teacher drove the student there?
The reports don't say.
Yeah, we don't know.
Not
You're
sure
right. So this leaves a lot open, and I don't know where you completely go on this one. So I guess we end this by saying we don't know.
We shall see.
It's one of those. It just raises a lot of
questions.
A lot of questions, and the way I describe a case like this is think through the possibilities, because that's what happens a lot of times is laws get put on the books very quickly sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And legislators and lawmakers don't look at the potential consequences of going, well, we're just going to get this on the books because they're reacting to something.
Right.
Well, that might lead to unintended consequences of making restrictions that weren't intended. And so now things have to be pulled back, laws change, and that might actually take longer than the initial law took to get in place.
Yeah, this goes back to having a drawing a line in the sand versus allowing each individual case to be determined individually based on its circumstances. You know, what you don't want is the girl to run away. You don't want the girl to try to harm herself.
Yeah, or do something.
Or go somewhere and get help from somebody that is not someone she can trust. So there's a lot to this. What you don't want is the young girl to be hurt. All right. Wow, that's a tough one. Topic number 2, California DA drops charges against alleged drunken teacher. Not illegal. What's going on here? This is an elementary school teacher.
Yes, this one's another interesting one. So this teacher was observed in a classroom that appeared to be drunk. So They pulled the teacher out, had police come in, do the field sobriety. She failed that, so then they did the normal procedures. But after the DA looked into the case, also put out a report saying, well, the question here is there was no observation of her, the specific teacher, driving drunk, so they can't get her for driving under the influence. And she wasn't being disorderly, so they really have nothing to charge her with because there's no law that really says you can't teach while you're drunk or under the influence. So that is the situation on that one. It's when the DA is effectively following the letter of the law going, I have no way to charge this teacher.
Oh, that's very interesting, too. Now, which might actually complicate the school situation to fire the teacher, right? You just don't. I mean, now you don't have a charge. That's another. And by the way, TWI is not a thing. Teachers while intoxicated. Teaching while intoxicated. So.
TWI, yeah.
And then topic 3. Boy, you got some doozies today, Andrew Reed. Topic 3, new Louisiana law will criminalize approaching police under certain circumstances. What in the hell is this one?
Yeah, so this law is really intended to provide a 25-foot buffer around police officers when they're actively involved in a situation. So if they're making arrests, doing an investigation, at least that's from the reports and how this is intended. Now, there are some questions about, well, does this affect anyone trying to video record police? You know, we've had all that of recording to try to catch bad actors, things of that situation. And from the reports, that is not something that is meant to be stopped with this. All they are asking is that people stay 25 feet back of the police officer. They may be able to get closer, but that police officer asks them to stop or retreat, and they don't. They could face fines and/or time in jail. So that's what really is intended with this law. And what's interesting here is that a law in Arizona, which was you could not record a police officer within 8 feet of the officer, was struck down as unconstitutional. But here, where they're not necessarily restricting the recording, they're just saying we want this physical buffer between our officers. That could be a little bit different. So that's going to be an interesting to watch because I'm sure there's going to be challenges to this, but we will have to wait and see.
Yeah. Another, boy, you had 3 doozies today.
On the Reed Rundown.
Yeah, 3 big ones. So that's very interesting, too, because you do not want to, I mean, you can see from the standpoint of the police officer, sometimes the police officer is being screamed at and yelled at, why are you doing this? I just saw a video of this, a local video of this just recently, and the police are saying, will you please back up? You are impeding a police investigation right now, which does create a dangerous situation. However, you know, with the George Floyd case, I mean, if it wasn't for people being somewhere close by, we would never have seen the video of that. So, I'm not sure where we are on all of these. All right, Andrew Reed, you've just ruined our days. The day is ruined now. Thank you. We appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
Thanks. Yeah, those are tricky, right? Some tricky ones. Quick break. Ryan Noble's coming up from NBC on WIBX.
Whitesboro Central School District is looking for bus drivers to join their team now. Whitesboro is a leading school system in central New York with 7 schools, 3,100 students, and a 92% graduation rate. You can help drive our students' success. When you drive for Whitesboro, you get pay that's based on your experience, great benefits, a flexible schedule, and summers off. Call Andy at 315-768-9740 or stop by the garage, 20 Wood Road, Whitesboro.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/radio. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at HIMS, So is treating it. Just go to hims.com/radio and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Hey, the official coffee of this radio program is Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. And whether it's coffee or espresso, lattes, iced coffee, their donuts are delicious. Breakfast sandwiches are great. It's Daylight Donuts, and the drive-thru is lightning fast. You're in, you're out, you're on your way. And try the latte, matcha green tea latte. It is so very good. Ryan Ovals with NBC. Where's Andrew? Oh, I see what he's doing. I see what's going on here. I see. Hello, Ryan.
Hey, good morning. I can't speak for where Andrew is. I'm sorry about that.
Well, I'm going to tell you what's going on.
Was it my job to watch him this morning?
Well, apparently, knowing you were coming on, he has just decided to leave the studio because he doesn't want to listen to us. Apparently, he doesn't want to listen to us gloat. Yes! Meet the Mets. Let's all go. Come on, Ryan.
Meet the Mets. Bring your kitties. Bring your dog.
I forget the words to this song, to be honest.
Bring the wife. Bring your kids. Bring your wife.
Kids.
Guaranteed to have the time of your life. Yep.
Guaranteed to have the time of your life. Meet the Mets. Yeah. Davey's ignoring us. Andrew's not even in the room. Wow.
I mean, let's just think about last night for a second, Bill, and think back to what life was like the first week of the season. The Mets start off 0-5. The Yankees get off to the hottest start in baseball. You and I were ready to pack it in. We were already talking about training camp for the Bills.
Yeah.
The Yankees fans were already planning the ticker tape parade down Manhattan. How the fortunes have shifted here. The Mets on the verge of back to 500 baseball, best record of baseball since the end of May. We've got a lot to be excited about now, Bill.
Listen, let's just not blow it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, that's definitely going to happen. That's why we got to take advantage of it now.
Right. We must enjoy this while we can because it's going away soon.
I think what's happening is when one team is doing well, the other is not. I don't know that they can mutually do well at any point in the season.
Well, it has happened, right?
2000.
And the Yankees ended up doing a little bit better than the New York Mets that year in the World Series. I mean, that was really something special when you think about it.
Andrew, I just have to ask you this question, Davey, as Yankee fans. How great was it to see Juan Soto hitting home runs in Citi Field? Because it's going to be like that all next season. So you might as well prepare for it now.
Right. Or are you the one that had brought that up? Somebody else brought that up.
Read it. It's all over. I brought it up. Everybody's saying that Soto, the only place he's going to end up going is the team that's got the money to spend, and it's the Mets.
Well, and here's the other thing, too. Juan Soto, he likes to win, and with Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone at the helm, the winning probability goes down drastically, especially post-All-Star break.
I mean, I had this kind of my forecast for the Mets this season was sell at the All-Star break, let J.D. Martinez and Pete Alonso go somewhere else, sign Pete back, and then sign Soto, and then get a bunch of prospects as well. But now, I don't know. Let's just cash in.
Oh, you gotta go all the way now.
Yep. Sign Pete back and then bring Soto in, and then we're off to the races. We're talking a dynasty here.
I'm with you. I am with you. And then when the Bills win the Super Bowl, I mean, we're going to be. It's like we're living in.
It's kind of the way it's always. We've come to expect this, Bill.
It has. It's like we're living in Boston all of a sudden here. This is good. All right. Well, listen, the other part of this is we just know that this could all blow up in our faces very quickly. It just seems
it's likely to.
It's likely to.
It's there's no way this ends. What's ultimately going to happen is they're going to play great right up to the trade deadline, decide to hold on to everybody, and then just collapse in August. I mean, that's definitely the way it's all going to play out.
It is a July-August Mets tradition of collapsing. So,
and to add insult to injury, Bill, what's going to happen is the rest of the team is going to fall apart, and Pete Alonso's probably going to break the home run record so that his off-season price tag is just going to skyrocket.
Goes even higher. That's exactly right. What do you? Are we? I know we're in agreement on this. I cannot take Trump out of this. This decision the Supreme Court is going to come up with here on immunity for a president of the United States. Again, take Trump out of this. That this has to come back only one way, and that is upholding the lower courts. Wouldn't you? Would you agree?
Well, I don't agree completely. I don't think that it's going to be the verdict that Trump is looking for, which is like this blanket immunity claim that he makes that basically, while you're president of the United States, you're above the law, which is the argument that Donald Trump's making. And I think that's what you're alluding to about the long-term consequences if that was the ruling. But I do think that they're probably going to try and go halfway here. I think they're going to say that, that the president does have immunity in certain cases, but not everything. And they're going to force the lower courts to maybe make a different assessment of it or look at it in a different light or present it to them in a different way. Maybe narrow the scope of this immunity claim about this. Can he be immune from this specific thing?
Right.
But that ultimately is a net win for Donald Trump, right? Because what Donald Trump wants is to extend this process out as long as possible, especially get it past the election. And there's still a scenario here where if the Supreme Court makes their ruling, that the D.C. Circuit moves quickly, right? And they say, let's get this trial on the docket for August or something along those lines. And we have that verdict before the election. What the Supreme Court may likely do is say, the lower courts need to review this a little bit differently. Yeah. They need to look at it a little bit differently and then send it back to us with a more specific question. Which would then force this trial to go into the fall, deep into the fall past the election. So that's where I think that Trump could still get a win here without necessarily getting the overall blanket win that he's looking for.
And I know there's a lot of focus on, boy, I wish this trial was going to happen before the election. I'm not sure I feel the same way because I think people, based on what we know now, those who think Trump is guilty, they know Trump is guilty. Those who feel that he's being persecuted, and this is all political hit job, there's no changing their mind because they're not going to watch the verdict. They're going to dismiss it. So is there a group of people there in the middle that are sitting there saying, I wonder what happens. I won't vote for him if he's convicted. I don't know how big that group could be.
Well, I've been thinking about this a lot, Bill. And, for years in presidential politics, we talked about that middle group of people that decide who wins presidential elections. These are the people that voted for Ronald Reagan, but then voted for Bill Clinton, but then voted for George W. Bush. Mm-hmm. That voter really doesn't exist anymore, right?
Yeah.
So most people, if you really press them, lean right or lean left in one way, shape, or form. There really just aren't a lot of moderates in American politics anymore. The voter group that's the most important in this election are the double haters. And those are the people that don't like Donald Trump, but also don't like Joe Biden. And they are going to have to hold their nose to vote for anyone.
If they vote.
Within that, if they vote at all. And within that group of double haters are people that lean a little bit more towards Trump or lean a little bit more towards Biden. So, like, for instance, if you're a supporter of the Palestinian people, you're more likely a Biden voter than you are a Trump voter, but you're really unhappy with Biden now. So what does that group do? They ultimately sit home or vote third party. And so, to your point, I don't necessarily think that somebody that's a Trump supporter is going to be turned off by another trial where all this evidence is brought out into the light of day. But if you're a Nikki Haley voter, right, who isn't really interested in voting for Joe Biden under any circumstances, but is really kind of wrestling with the idea of voting for Donald Trump, that trial may be enough for you to say, you know what, I'm just not getting involved in this election. So I do think it could have an impact. I think that And I think that's one of the reasons Trump wants to hold it off as long as possible.
We'll see what today brings. It's going to be very interesting. As always, Ryan, we appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.
Go Yankees.
I'm going to
Go
send
Yankees.
you. I'm going to leave you with a little. Come on,
Yankees,
Ryan.
go Yankees, go.
Hate the Mets. All right, Ryan, you have a one.
Step right up.
Step
all right,
right
guys,
up.
We'll talk debate next week, all right?
Thank you, man.
All
right, Ryan.
Yeah, all right,
Ryan Noble.
Step right up and beat the Mets. Beat them, beat them, beat them.
See. All right, we got to go watch the game tonight if you can stream it live. News is next, followed by Kilmeade on WIBX.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
He lost the most expensive primary ever. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and Congressman Jamal Bowman is not happy about it in New York.
A super PAC of dark money can spend $20 million to brainwash people into believing something that isn't true.
The progressive who's accused Israel of genocide in Gaza, Bowman lost the Democratic primary by 17 points. George Latimer won it, backed by a lot of ad spending by pro-Israel groups. In Colorado, controversial conservative Lauren Boebert won a Republican primary in the new district she's switching to.
What you do want is a unified Republican Party that puts America first.
Some Trump-backed candidates lost primary races in South Carolina and Utah. The former president just posted on Truth Social that if elected again in November, he will get Evan Gershkovich set free from Russia before taking office, writing that leader Vladimir Putin has no respect for President Biden. Now, Gershkovich is an American journalist whose trial started today, 15 months after being arrested, accused of being a spy.
We were able to see the 32-year-old reporter appearing once again in that glass cage, appearing with a shaved head. Russia accuses Gershkovich of gathering secret information for the CIA about a company building tanks for Russia's war in Ukraine.
Fox's Alex Hogan. The Wall Street Journal calls the spy charge bogus and a travesty. The U.S. calls Gershkovich wrongfully detained. Julian Assange back home in Australia after a judge in the Northern Mariana Islands, U.S. territory, accepted a guilty plea to an espionage charge. His wife, Stella Assange, says,
Julian should never have spent a single day in prison. But today we celebrate because today Julian is free.
The WikiLeaks founder's punishment is time already served in jail in England, as Assange fought the U.S. prosecution for posting American military classified documents online. Next hour, we'll get new Supreme Court rulings. Among the cases left decided, the Trump appeal. The former president's claim he should be immune from prosecution. America's listening to Fox News.